All right, welcome back, everyone, to Mayhem on Mandril, Act 4, Session 10, otherwise known as Season 4, Episode 10. We left off with the party planning their entry to the vault and Orion sneaking his way in and then making his way back with further intel after going invisible and climbing on the ceiling of the vault for a little refresher. We have a pretty good understanding of what the outside looks like in the layers. Granary, refinery up top. Landslide was caused last night, but Orion was not discovered. And an exchange house in the center, which Khaldun says ships goods, and really three large bridges that extend back into the cave that are about 3 stories high, a big back wall, and a slightly less big but still imposing front wall, sections for the mine and sections for the reserve, which is the essentially banking section of the vault. So quite a bit going on there. I did say last time that you would have pretty much a week in real life to come up with ideas and figure out how you're going to solidify this plan. I will resume there, picking up. Let me find out what time it is, because that's the one tab that I don't have open. Every week I forget to open a different unique tab. It should be Tuesday, August 31st at 11 p.m. So the night is young. You could long rest and carry forward, or you could have a discussion further into the night. Whatever you desire, the floor is yours. What are we doing?
Um, I'm not exactly sure what else we need to do. Like, where did our conversation leave off?
Essentially, you had intel, and the last thing that was suggested, maybe by Cagliari, if I recall, was you could essentially stage a riot at the vault and use that as a distraction to get in.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
get all those guys that are really mad over at the palace and tell them that Khaldun is being held at the prison and try to stage a riot there.
Interesting. I know we were trying to do a little bit of recon. Like, who are some of the overseers of like security and stuff? Would we know that?
You were given some of that information by Khaldun, who knows Captain
Yes,
Kareji and has somewhat of a
I
working
remember.
relationship
I
with
remember
him.
those names,
Mm-hmm.
but like, do we know like when they go on? Could we find out when they go on to their shifts and stuff? Or
The captain rotation is different from the guard rotation. Captains live there in stints of months, meaning when a captain is on duty, they don't leave the site. They sleep there, they bunk there, they do everything there. So when a commanding officer is in the vault, they are in the vault, whether they're awake or asleep. Although it's very difficult to know when their waking hours are. It could be sporadic depending on the captain. The men get exchanged often in 12-hour shifts or 24-hour shifts, something depending. They're exchangeable, but there is a schedule as to when they arrive.
mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I got ideas if you want to hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please
Okay.
tell us psychically.
If only there was a way.
And can Orion link to Grudger if he sees him? I guess he'd have to get inside.
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure. How do you initiate psychic whispers?
No, you've already chosen
touch?
the people.
You have to kiss.
No, you choose the people when you initiate it.
Well,
but do they
I
have
have
to be
something to
near you
admit.
when you choose them? Do they just also have to be within a mile of you?
I think they have to be nearby. And then the range extends, but I'm not sure. I can check.
I will.
That's how a lot of spells
verify.
do, but I don't know.
Let's just say that Grudge and Orion have been having secret little meetings.
I don't know if that's the case, actually. I don't know if that works like that.
This is Orion's first time here, I feel like.
This is Orion's first time physically in the city himself.
That's what I thought. So it wouldn't be like he would have.
Where in the world is Psychic Whispers on the stat sheet? That's Psychic Blades. Psionic Power.
It's not real. It's a figment of our
We
imagination.
made it up. I made it up.
It's if you click psionic power,
Psychic
pulls
Whispers.
up
There it is.
more.
There's
3 creatures you can see and roll a psionic
Mhm.
energy die. Yeah. So you would have
So
to
if you
be
got a
physically
telescope,
inside,
you could connect with somebody like across town.
which is pretty funny. They still have to be within a mile, technically, because otherwise you can't retain the link. So I would say you can't
Yeah,
start the link.
yeah.
But the caveat, obviously, here that's stopping that is you need to be able to see Grouger. So no dice there, quite literally.
No dice in D&D. What am I supposed to do?
No dice. Die of starvation off screen.
Real. That's not a joke.
All right, so what do we got?
I think we need to. Well, we do need to rest, but
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like there is some more info we could get. It might just be time to sleep and get it over with. We should at least come up with the plan. Like, what's our entry? What's our like? How would we actually pull it off?
Mm-hmm. So you gonna do that now?
Oh, I was waiting for somebody to suggest.
Sorry, I am eating pasta.
That's a good reason.
Your entry point.
I'm not there.
He isn't there.
That's also a good reason.
That leaves one man.
Unfortunately, due to Julian's unavailability, as he messaged me that he is not making it tonight, probably at all, and the fact that Brendan will be here in an hour and a half, approximately. It's the Lauren and Malachi, and I mean the NPCs pretty much.
What?
And
Hang on.
well, yes, and Cagliari.
Yeah, the NPCs or whatever.
Sorry, I looked at the left and saw the players, and then I looked at this bottom clump of nothing. Me wearing a different hat, and then me wearing a slightly different hat. I can only advise so much. I can advise. I'll say.
Yeah, what did Khaldun and Orion think?
So you want Khaldun and Orion to give you their proposals, their individual
Um,
proposals.
Yeah, and if we don't like it, we can ignore it or build on it.
Of course, because you guys don't want to put your ideas on the line. You want to be able to work from the.
I mean,
from
I got ideas, but
I suggested the riot, and from there we improvised.
Listen,
That's my plan.
The riot is a good idea. So here's a big point of debate. Orion wants to go in at night, and Khaldun wants to go in during the day. Why does Orion want to go in at night? Because you have the cover of darkness, and it's much easier to sneak around. Khaldun, on the other hand, they start.
Curiously,
Huh?
I was saying curiously, I feel like that's more obvious. Like they'd be.
That's part
To do
of
it
what
at night.
Khaldun brings up. So as the two begin discussing, Orion says, "The cover of darkness made it certainly an easy approach for you, but for the group of us, if we don't want to look out of place, having some reason to be there during the day is a surefire way of getting in without any suspicion. Say we have business with the bank, the reserve. We could waltz in for a legitimate reason, potentially, and go from there. And the inside of the cave is dark regardless. You'll have cover and shadow once you're in the vault, but we have to get through the first door, which is not easy to break down and not easy to waltz into without having a legitimate reason. Otherwise, we're sneaking around. And at night is when they're most active in the mines. Well, all right. I'm just not exactly... I would prefer not to be seen. At all, if possible, or for as long as possible. If we're introducing ourselves at the gate, it's a possibility of incrimination. It's true.
Yes, but it doesn't make sense for the nature of what we're doing. We have less of a chance of explaining ourselves away if we're caught there at night.
All right. Very well. I'll consider it. But say at
It
some
just
point,
means
well, we have to
disguises.
disguise it. Yes. What is our business then? If we're doing this, there has to be some reason. Do we need, Captain? Do we need approval? Do we need to be on a schedule? It would be preferable, yes. But if you show up looking like a lot of money, you can make your own appointments. All right. How exactly, assuming we have some legitimate business to waltz into the front doors on, how exactly do we make the transition from business to our operation? That could be delicate, but assuming that you have different roles, some people could man negotiations and others could slip away. Some could be hidden in whatever caravan we attempt to deliver. I anticipate being searched, but if we have some way of making sure that we remain hidden, or at least we have a reasonable chance of getting by without being discovered in a search, then those people can stealth around, do what they need to not be seen. But having a legitimate face will at least provide a pretense. All right. Well, then what exactly are these teams going to look like? Who's going to be doing what? I presume Malachi can be a potential client of the reserve. That could work. As
Wait.
Well, not as yourself, obviously.
Do I get to say in this?
Well, of course, you can chip in at any time.
Well,
Hi, Jason.
And I'm out.
I'm still contemplating a lot of I feel like there's still a lot we don't know. I do want us to find our way in, but I almost feel like it might be better for us to, if there's some person who unknowingly we can tag along with. Do you know what I mean? Like, do we pretend to be part of someone's security detail? Do we, therefore we can turn the heat on that person instead.
That? That could work. I'd have to find some way of getting a list of who's heading to the reserve to find out who we could tag along with. I anticipate, well, would they be in on this plan, or we would show up as additional security and they would be our scapegoat?
With the distress in the city, it might not be hard to convince someone that they would need extra security.
Agreed. Especially if we also need to figure out what's the best way to generate a riot. Not that it would take too much. I mean, at this point, if you just blow hard enough, the flames will burn. And I think we just need to find a way to coordinate when it all happens.
Right.
Khaldun, do you have more associates that we could turn to? Get some help? Not necessarily like help organizing the riot and getting the word out discreetly.
Well, my men, they're scattered, but many are still in the city. I could reach out to some of them. They carry the brand of the Iron Skulls with them, whatever's left of it, which, even though there's not much, the name still carries weight. And some of them are well respected. If they were to start spreading rumors, they would take off.
Okay.
I'm not exactly a fan of bending the truth in that way, but if I can't find another way around it.
Who are the nobles in the city?
Who are the nobles in the city?
Sinclair.
No, like that. She's not a noble in the city. The Rengaji family, which I believe is just the Sultan and his uncle's family, and likewise Ulsa's sons and daughters. They're pretty close to the throne, though. Outside of that, there's really not many others. There are wealthy merchants, but the nobility is pretty much exclusively the Sultan and his uncle's family. And the Sultan, of course, does not have a family, outside of the odd claim that there's a bastard child every now and again, but those don't last very long. The children or the rumors. So in a technical sense, that's the only nobility here.
Yes, but in the sense of who's wealthy enough to...
Who's well-to-do?
Oh, wealthy enough. Mm-hmm.
Wealthy enough. That is a much broader question, and there's probably a few. If you're asking Khaldun, he would say, there aren't many. Technically, Tukat would be considered one of them. Charu is a notable figure. He's a...
Wait. Tukat, I've heard this name before. Is he not one of your less desirable associates?
I hesitate to call him an associate, but yes, he's certainly undesirable. He's the leader of the Black Hand, which is a group of thugs who pretend to provide security, but effectively bully people into giving them money to protect their cargo.
So you're saying if he were captured, if he were arrested for suspicious activity, that might actually be more of a benefit than a disadvantage.
Certainly. He's just not the easiest creature to pin down. His habits are sporadic, his appearances random, his temperament is inconsistent. I've thought about impersonating members of the Black Hand. I have some of their outfits. I've beaten quite a few of their men, attempting to do any number of things to my guild. They have killed some of my men before. They have blood on their hands, and it takes much in me not to return the favor tenfold. But I try not to shed blood unnecessarily, even though I may desire vengeance. That being said, I have a lot of their equipment. Not a lot, but enough to equip several of us in Black Hand garb.
So we honestly just need a reason to accompany. If we got Tukat, for example, if we could get him to take us on as extra hired hands, would the people also be stirred up if something happened to him?
I doubt it. Well, a particular subsection of the people would.
Well, I wonder if it became public knowledge that he had something to do with your disappearance, Khaldun.
Things would not go favorably for him.
And that he were in the vault, or headed to the vault.
All right, that's possible. Certainly possible. I'm not sure what the best play would be. Impersonating the caravan or attempting to genuinely infiltrate their ranks in some way. Both are options.
We just need, whatever we decide, it has to be something that can be accomplished quickly. Now, truthfully, I think the easiest way to get Cat to do what we want is blackmail. Or at least very powerful coercion.
He's not an easy man to reason with. He's motivated by a scarce number of things.
Well, I just wonder if he couldn't be persuaded to, I don't know, listen to someone's suggestion.
He raises an eyebrow and says, depending on the nature of the suggestion, he may not be intelligent enough to withstand it.
Well, it seems I may need to have a little chat with our friend. In the meantime, do you have any people who could help you stir up the riot or,
I'll find what men remaining of my caravan are in the city. From there,
are you able to make contact with people without leaving this place?
no, but I can leave this place as something a little more differentiated than a brass dragonborn.
Understood.
Although, truth be told, at this time of night, probably shouldn't be walking out the streets alone, regardless of what I look like. It would be best to start making the rounds come morning. Nothing good in this city happens at this hour.
So, is that the plan?
Seems so.
I think it's worth a shot. I think it's worth, if we can get him to do, if we can get Cat, I think he's the sort of person who, if he showed up with suspicious-looking people, it might be expected, but also if something went down, they would blame him. And additionally, he's an easy scapegoat for the people of the city. I think he's our best bet, truthfully.
He has accounts in the reserve. At least he did, as of late. His visits would not be surprising. And if he enters towards the main gate agitated enough, I'm sure they'll let him in with or without an appointment. So am I to understand that Khaldun will be, in the morning, making connections with the current members of the Iron Skulls that are still in the city and stirring up rumors about the fact that... What information are they going to be disseminating?
That Khaldun is being held in the prison, right?
Have we reached a conclusion on that? That is what we're going with?
I don't know if we're saying that he is, well, I suppose we could say that. And maybe we find some way of implicating Two Cat in his capture.
Right. I wonder
Or
if there's some way we could make Two Cat nervous about the contents of his vault.
that?
Make him go check it.
Why don't I just go and steal it?
Steal from his vault?
Yes. Well, something. How difficult is it exactly to just crack one of these vaults, go in and leave? I mean, I understand it's more of a risk, but why threaten something if it's not genuine? Well, the reserve is not a simple place to get in, at least if you don't have a way past the door. I have a way past the door. They don't think I do, but I do. I don't know if you would. He turns to Malachi. You certainly would.
Yes, I imagine. I just need a face.
We could go in twice. We could go in once. Just normally, don't do anything crazy. Just walk in as somebody's escort, get a feel for the place, get an idea of what's going on, and then, or actually, maybe we go in once and then you come in invisible, following us, steal from Two Cat's vault, then we come back out and we plan our next jaunt in where we're going to cause trouble.
If you wanted to steal from Two Cat, the easiest way to do it would be to set up an account. Get one of their private vaults, they'll open the main door, give you access to your own key, and once you're in the area with all the private vaults, all you need to do is break into Two Cats. They'll open the door for you, and you just have to somehow find a way to, while you're being escorted, have somebody else open the door to his vault. And
Right,
then
so
you're in.
we have a group go in, and Orion is there invisible with that group. And once we're in the main vault area, he peels off, steals from Two Cat, and then we can flaunt that, get Two Cat to go investigate for himself. And then while he's in there, we go crazy. Is this too complicated? Am I overcomplicating things?
I think... I don't know if it's too complicated, but
I feel like I'm missing the point, though. Wait.
There's certainly an element of risk. But stealing from a rich man would be a surefire way to get his attention.
I think, well, are we just talking about how to find him, how to make contact with him?
I think this would do much more than get his contact. If you're genuinely able to steal from him, you could simply send him a letter bragging about it, and, well, the first thing he would do is order his men to find out where it came from, but the second thing he would do is go marching to the vault and absolutely obliterate also Rengaji.
So, well, my concern is, if our mission here truly is to rescue Grodja, I don't want us to do anything that will take far longer than necessary. Who knows what's happening to him at this very moment?
I'm dead.
This guy just melted. Oh my god, he's a puddle.
Is he alright? Malachi, are you feeling quite okay?
No.
See, I'm starting to transition with Roger.
Oh, I know exactly what you're doing, but it's not happening. He died of starvation off screen, sorry.
That's right.
I heard him scream, but not from his mic.
What's his new character?
Not a bit.
Not a bit. He's dead.
What's the new character up to?
We don't know. We're not cutting to him. And if I cut to the vault, I give you information for free, and that's not going to happen. He knows where he is. He knows what his day is. By the way, Groucho, make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, you would. Anyways, Grouger, make a Constitution saving throw for me, unrelated to any of the conversation that's going on right now, of course. Just just for fun. Just hit me one of those.
Yeah. I'll get right on that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Definitely getting right on that. Definitely didn't forget to open up D&D Beyond
Yep,
because I haven't played yet.
Yep.
Who would do that? Okay.
Yeah, let me get right on that.
Yep.
So, day one, we go in, get in,
7.
and very nice. We get in, we get a good look at things from completely neutral. Don't try anything crazy, except that Orion is there and he steals from Two Cat, and then we use that to stir Two Cat into a frenzy while we also organize a riot, and suddenly the prison is dealing with 2 big problems. And then that's when we go in and we're the third problem. Chaos, chaos.
It would be difficult to execute, but the chaos it creates would be so enjoyable to watch. And ideal for slinking in and doing what we need to do.
Can we do anything else? Can we get any explosives or anything? Can we blow something up? I feel like we should start causing more problems.
What do you want to blow up?
I don't know. There's the what's that thing that's like the thing that's attached to the prison, but it's not part of it. The like storage.
I'm sorry? What?
There's the next to the it's to the left of the prison, that little extra walled off area.
The granary.
I think it was just yeah.
That would
Is
just
that
be
important?
Yes, without it people starve.
Good point.
I advise we not touch that. It is an area of weak security from what I saw. I effectively just scaled the wall. Well, I scaled the wall next to it. I didn't climb over the brick wall. But there were 2 guardsmen there, and they were sitting down drinking. So I don't think there's a whole lot going on there. Although it seems largely disconnected from the rest of the vault. Could blow up the refinery.
Yeah, let's blow something up.
I don't know if that's strictly necessary for what we're trying to accomplish. No, but it could prove useful.
Yeah, my concern is our goal truly is to get our friend and be out. I don't want to cause more issues than necessary.
And a kind reminder that my goal is also to get Dura out of there. Wherever they're holding her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say canonically that Kingy and Sable are tired and have fallen asleep. Because it's late.
They checked out early.
Yeah. They took their pillows and they just like went to a corner and then just
I was gonna say they're just
Yep.
in corners.
They're out cold.
Well, 2 points of chaos, maybe 3. Sounds good to me.
Mhm.
I'm just along for the ride.
That's not true. You're a very important part of this team.
Should we attempt to make our way to the first section of this heist tomorrow? Entering the vault, stealing from Two Cat, and then going from there? Also, who would take part in that?
Just, I suppose I need to clarify. Let's say, how likely is it that we can steal from his vault?
Well, I have an account. Well, I had an account. It's probably no longer active. But I know what it looks like. It's a path through the reserve, through the second door, into the cave. You take a right and you take a left after you're in another smaller sub-cavern. The private vaults are there. There's a door with a magical lock. There's some hidden contraption. That I'm not sure where it is, but it shouldn't matter. I'm fairly certain it's just embedded in the wall somewhere. They open the door.
Hmm.
I have means of getting through that door. Either way, the reason it shouldn't matter is if you are an account holder or you're creating an account to put your supplies in there, that door opens for you. You walk in with your escort, and then at that point, all you need to do is pick a lock to the other vaults.
Yes, but you have an account as Khaldun.
I do.
So you're saying we need to create an account.
You
we
would
don't-
have to create an account or impersonate someone who has an account. That would be the difficulty.
No, I truly think it'd be better to go in as people who are working with Phuket and find some reason to get him there.
What if,
I think we just find a way to make contact with him out here. I don't want us to do anything that can cause the vault to be on higher alert because we've done something there.
Yeah, fair enough. But it would be fun.
I really did like the idea of stealing from him.
Yes, and however, I have to contemplate the fact that many of our plans never go as intended.
Yes.
I think we do what is safest and most efficient. We are playing with time here.
So how do we convince Tucat to take us with him to the vault?
As I said, he might be amenable to a suggestion.
Of what kind?
And I make sparks in my hand.
Oh. All right. Well, I suppose that would work. What about, are you going to do the same for his men? I assume he has
Additionally-
bodyguards.
Additionally, do you know what else he might want? Access to your vaults, Galdur.
If they haven't already been cleaned out.
If they haven't, he may need to see for himself.
All right, this could work. It's
We're risking some things here, Khaldun. Are you willing to put your money where your mouth is?
He just laughs. Do you think money is my prime objective?
It's an expression.
My mouth is ready to...
Stop.
No, keep going.
My mouth is ready to say what it needs to say, and my legs are ready to move where they need to move.
Oh, do go on.
No.
Sorry, Ari. Please, Khaldun, do not encourage them. I was trying to avoid you doing this.
Just kill her. Just put her down.
We're gonna have to start unplugging that skank.
Literally. Anyway, just
So
said
the
it's not
sports recap-
encouraging anything.
All right. So, I think this might be a little bit of a. Truthfully, I mean, I'll say this about rivals. If you have been rivals, he would relish the opportunity to have an upper hand against you.
I'm sure he's relishing as we speak.
And a chance to gloat, you might be the person who's best to convincing him after all, and I could just be there to help make the suggestion a little bit sweeter.
You're proposing that I meet him as myself.
I'm proposing that that's what we do to keep him there and keep him listening. You don't have to look at yourself to begin with.
All right.
We just need to find a way to meet up. He will have guards, he will have security, whatever. We need a reason to encourage him to talk and perhaps leave some of that security behind.
Well, he just puts his head in his hands. There's one way to reliably get him alone.
What? Are you going to tell me if he is the sort of person who's probably going to be the brothel or something?
He just stares
Oh
at
yeah,
you.
he runs the brothel here.
Well, he doesn't run it, but
Oh.
he's their number one customer.
Oh, you know. Oh,
really?
I was,
All you
We
We
need
went
to...
there. We were told to go there to meet him, so I just assumed he ran it. He's just there all the time, huh?
Oh, yes.
I was
The
only
reliable way to get his undivided attention with no supervision is to be a beautiful woman.
oh dear, I was only joking.
Well, I
Um,
unfortunately am not.
Well,
Now, I could be the beautiful woman, but I'd frankly prefer not to.
no, well, I think that would actually be funny. But
In a way, it would, yes.
I'm poetic.
Indeed,
Because you would truly have his attention.
I would.
Why don't you want to again?
He's just a very unpleasant man.
Mm,
But
these are unpleasant
in a
situations.
well-orchestrated downfall, technically I have all the tools I need in order to have a reasonable confidence of making that happen.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is, once I get him alone, how do I get him into the vault?
No, I think you're not hearing it. You're only arranging a meeting so that we can all talk.
All right.
Once we're talking, I'm assuring you, for the most part, we have two options. One, you tell him that because you're on the run, you want to make sure that the Sultan does not get a hold of your things, and you'd rather he have it than the Sultan. That's one. Number two, and more likely, I might be able to convince him to say yes to whatever we propose, as long as it sounds reasonable enough.
I could do the same. I just try to avoid it. It's not good business.
Yes, but I'm not his business partner.
Nor am I.
Exactly. No time for scruples. We're in the middle of a civil unrest.
All right. So, let me follow. The story is The story is that a young, beautiful woman is in need of arranging her financials such that she's not implicated in some greater danger, and Two-Cat is the knight in shining armor to do it. But in order for this to happen, he'll have to meet with her financial advisors and discuss from there.
Wait, where did that come from?
That's
No.
what I thought you just said.
No. But it's doable. We could do that.
Well, what were you proposing?
I was proposing you just reach out to him as you.
Use the beautiful woman as a pretense to get him in a room alone, and then
Yes.
And then
Say
unveil.
unveil yourself
Ah.
as being on the run in disguise,
Yes.
saying, "I would rather you have the stuff in my vault." And the Sultan.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know.
That's a little risky. If the Sultan and him are
Yeah.
already in bed, per se, then they may already have my things.
Make out.
I don't know how quickly they've moved on that.
Yes, we're not sure. And if he's any sort of person who takes advantage of opportunities, he might just want the chance to see.
What I'm saying is, he may have already emptied my vault himself. So I
this
can't
very-
exactly, in confidence, go up to him and ask for his favor if he already has all of the cards in his hands. I have no bargaining chips at the current moment.
Do we have a way of finding out then? And
Maybe.
then let's do that.
No, I didn't say yes. I said maybe. We can
Then
try.
let's work on making that a possibility. This is not the time for us to be making reckless moves.
You know what? I think it's my time that I visit Two-Cat. myself as the North Star. Because, to be frank, I have unfinished business with the fellow, and I may simply make some general inquiries. He is my contact, technically, still. For now.
All I'm saying is we want to get him in a position where we can all speak to him and put some pressure on him. The only other thing I can think of is if you have some information he might want, and that's enough to get him out to talk to us.
The rifles, that's about it.
Well, we have some as well.
That is
So you've told
a
me.
point of interest. Where did you get those, and why were you bringing them here?
They're part of one of my contracts. I was told that if I help Coruscant facilitate the construction of these new weapons, I would be given some as a gift. What they asked from me was saltpeter, so I set up a mining expedition and got a lot of saltpeter. And after some time and some shipments later, they paid me, and I asked only for a small sample. That was the box that you picked up.
Coruscant is still shipping stuff out?
Not outside Mandril. They lost a lot of their ships. Their economy is devastated. They had ships running to and from Forge, and no longer. Been taken out. But they're still doing trade within the island. Although, that is why much of what they're doing has been subcontracted. It wasn't it wasn't a Coruscarian ship that made the delivery of the saltpeter. It was a subcontractor.
Right.
Truth be told, I don't know how much of their fleet is left.
All right. So what have we settled on?
I don't know.
Revealing myself to Tucat is too risky, given that there's no guarantee that I have any chip in my favor to play. Only a possibility. But if we create a compelling narrative about a woman in distress, separated from our own personal identities, that could sell.
So, I'm wondering if this might alleviate your concerns. And then I wave my hands in front of my face and I make myself look like Khaldun in Silver Dragonborn form.
Causes more concerns. What would you do?
Well, my point is there's no need for you necessarily to even be there.
Yeah, but I don't want to be impersonated. I would prefer you to be the beautiful woman in distress. Think about it. A beautiful lady in distress trying to escape the life of the brothel. She has money, but it's being withheld. She's being chased across the continent by some madman, something, Lucine, Xerxes, yada yada.
No, it already sounds too far-fetched.
Does it?
Yes.
For him?
No, the story just sounds too complicated.
What
He's
if we
he's
pull
at
the
the
old?
brothel far too often to suddenly. No,
Well, simplify it however you like. A pretty face is going to make lying to him much, much easier. But whatever reason you come up with, the story can be your own. At some point, it results in him meeting with us, whoever we may be.
yeah, no, that's my point. I'm not concerned about the story. We just need a way to get him to meet. That's all. And truthfully, that largely now lies on you.
Doesn't have to, but it could. As stated, I could make this very simple. I could simply request that he meet me at a neutral location. He is my contact. He may not agree, but I could make the request.
Yes,
And-
but he may not agree.
But it's very
He may
low
not.
risk. I simply send a letter. I say, meet me here. I give him some catchy piece of information that'll tantalize him, and then we get him in a neutral location and go from there.
I'm trying to keep implications of us being here to a minimum.
Well, you don't have to be here, but I can be. Or am I a part of
No.
us?
Yes, you are a part of us, part of our group. We have nothing to do with Tashiv. This needs to be a Tashiv issue. I say use Khaldun as bait.
Well, what if we just offer him Khaldun?
Again, quite possible.
He does hate me.
Which is what I said from the beginning. He's a rival. He wants the chance to gloat. He wants the chance to have the upper edge. That's all I've been saying.
But you want Khaldun to deliver that news? As himself? This is where I'm getting lost.
I don't think that's worth the risk.
No, it's not what I've been saying at all. I'm saying find some way to tell him that you want to meet with him. That's all.
Okay. Let's simplify this. What are our goals? What are we actually trying to achieve? Because I feel
Right.
like we're starting to get away from.
No, exactly. This is what I'm saying. We want the chance to meet with Tucat. Once we meet with Tucat, I will make a suggestion that he takes us with him into his vault.
Right.
That's the goal. All we are trying to do is find a reason to get him in a place where we can do that.
Okay.
We're
and
not trying to set up any complicated thing. We just need a chance to get to him and get that going.
Once
we-
he's in the vault, are we robbing him, or are we using that as an opportunity to do the things that we need to do in the vault?
That's our way to get in, yes.
Okay.
And if things go badly, Tucat is well known as someone who they might possibly look at suspiciously.
Unless, of course, he's in bed with the Sultan, in which case.
In which case, we need to find that information out from Tucat. We may have a friend here who can coerce people to speak the truth.
The guy that's
And you're-
asleep on the floor?
DeLorean?
Oh, does the Lauren have Zone of Truth? I guess. I mean, he could, theoretically.
Good after a long rest.
Yeah. Doesn't technically compel them to speak the truth, though. It just prevents them from lying outright.
But if
Yes,
you
but-
suggest that they tell the truth while they're in zone of truth.
You could, You could finagle that.
Or you read their thoughts while they intentionally try not to think of it.
All right. Assuming, let's say that we have Tucat at a neutral location. We suggest he takes us to the vault. Should we use the Black Hand caravan disguises?
I believe so.
All right. I'm fairly certain I can get 4 of them.
Cool. So we use magic to coerce 2Cat into taking us into the vault. Are we doing the riot at the same time?
I
Presumably.
think we need people to set up the riot.
Right.
It's also why I suggested Tucat, because if we're able to implicate him in Khaldoon's absence, then we have a number of
Right.
reasons. Yes.
So we say 2Cat got Khaldoon captured.
Yes.
He's in the
sold
prison
them out.
right now, and 2Cat's
Yes.
also in the prison right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Should be noted that there's technically not a prison in the vault, formally.
It's
But the Sultan has used it as such.
is that public knowledge?
For the most part, yes.
Well,
Then
if
it
they
doesn't
wanted
matter.
to, if they wanted to keep Khaldoon in a place where the masses could not reach,
No, it would be the vault.
There you
then there we go.
Okay. So we magically whammy 2Cat into taking us into the vault. Then we have a riot show up, cause chaos, and then while the guards are distracted with that, we do what we need to do.
There is another spell we could use on 2Cat.
Hmm.
Fast Friends.
Ooh.
How long does it last?
An hour.
Well, that's a good
Yes.
amount of time.
Fascinating.
Couldn't hurt. It might be best to use them both, because this is kind of hinging on, if he succeeds the suggestion save. If he
Agreed.
if he successfully resists the effects of the suggestion spell,
Uh-huh.
No, I agree. I think we do both in tandem.
yeah.
But that's also why I said we want to give him reasons to want to go with us anyway. Such as, if you had anything left in your vaults, Khaldoon, that's where that came in. Where you would say, I'd rather you have it than the Sultan.
Yeah, but I don't know. That might tip him off. And if he's in bed with the Sultan, then that might compromise everything, because he might immediately try to get Khaldoon captured.
That's what I've said. If I show up to the table and pitch him a chip that has already been taken from me, he could just kill me outright if he so desired. I mean, I don't think he would succeed, but I would have nothing.
You've been missing, so it would not be strange for you to not know.
No,
Right,
no,
but-
it wouldn't.
But if 2Cat knows that he could lead us right into a trap.
But that's why we would be Zone of Truthing, etc. him to find out first.
Where exactly, if I'm meeting with him, and what exactly is my premise? You can have the stuff in my vault if I'll give you the key if what?
If you keep it out of the Sultan's hands.
Right, and how does that get him to you?
We're going to go with you.
All right. In disguises, I presume?
Yes.
All right. How are we going to get a meeting with him?
Beautiful woman gambit.
Beautiful woman gambit only works if there's one person involved. The second I'm no longer a beautiful woman, he's annoyed and angry, and no conversation will be had.
You select a place where we are already there. You're not doing any of this by yourself.
I can't control where he is, and he is never in public places.
Yes, you arrange a meeting spot.
What power do you think I have to arrange a meeting with him? This is what I don't understand. I can't exactly just call up my chums and say, "Hey, 2Cat, would you like to meet in this neutral location?"
Beautiful woman gambit. You say, "Hey, I'm a beautiful woman. Look at me in my disguise. Look at me." And I will meet you at so and so place, and then he walks in and boom, it's all of us.
Okay, that would work. Theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
I need your help. I can't talk openly. Meet me. Blah, blah, blah.
Should I tell him to come alone?
No, that's suspicious.
All right.
You tell him don't bring too many men that it would attract attention.
Okay.
And then if he goes, ha ha ha, the Sultan is in my pocket and he won't bother me, then that gives us information. We don't have to bother with the meeting. Or we do go, but then we just immediately whammy him. We don't bother with any pretense.
We know what else we're saying, exactly.
All right. So, my to-do list for tomorrow. I make contact with my remaining Iron Skulls. They begin stirring a riot under the pretense that I have been captured in the vault. I then turn into a beautiful woman and find Tukat at his usual location, tell him that I am in distress and require assistance and that he needs to meet me at a neutral location at a specific time and not to bring too many people as to attract attention.
Yeah.
What is the neutral location? Because Talos's house will not do.
Right. Yes, you know Tashiv. So if there's a place we can spend the day finding ways to get ourselves into prime locations where we can just jump out when necessary.
Could we rent a room at the brothel?
Mm-hmm.
You could do that. It would certainly make the commute shorter.
Renting a room, but not a courtesan.
Yes, you can do that. As long as you give them money. Well, in that case, I could simply tell him to come to my room. And walk across the hall and we're there.
Again, yes.
All right. That could work. Could work. Oh boy. How many of us are going into the brothel if we're renting a room? And who are we renting a room as?
Well, here's how we rent the room. We go as one rich person and their entourage, or two rich people and an entourage.
All right. Entourage, and he points to Cagliari. Entourage, and he points to Kinky. Entourage, and he points to Sable. Rich person, and he points to Malachi. And then he looks at Thaloran and he goes, rich person, entourage, and he points to himself, or entourage, rich person.
I don't know.
You want to be a rich man? Or do you want to be a rich man's fella?
I can put my shiny armor back on.
He does look quite noble in that.
He is like the only one of us that nobody would recognize.
He's quite radiant. He'd attract attention, in a good way. I could play the role of entourage for an evening.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. Anything else on our to-do list, or are we making Khaldun do all the heavy lifting tomorrow?
Get a good night's sleep. Oh, here's something. What's our escape plan? Teleport out?
John, I think you're muted.
He died.
Well?
That's exactly what I was suggesting. We can start thinking of escape routes, escape plans. We can look at buildings that are close enough that even if we need to, we can go and hide out, or there's a lot we can do. But I also would like to have a little bit more of an understanding of the brothel and the way it's laid out, perhaps we rent more than one room.
Doable.
Should we? You haven't been able to reach Grodger, right?
I have not.
Should we assume that the whole vault is anti-magic and bank on needing to get out normally before teleporting?
Well,
I suggest we. I think once we get in there, we'll know for certain. But in our planning, we should assume we need to find a way out.
I can assure you the entire vault is not anti-magic, at least not the ceilings. I never went uninvisible or had any difficulty whatsoever. But
Point.
deeper into the mines, ooh, I'm not certain. And if Wormwood Masters is truly a devil, then he may have any number of tricks up his sleeve, magical or non-magical.
He was the one that could see you, right?
I believe he
looked like he
knew
could see
I
you.
was there. I don't believe he saw me.
Right. Okay.
But he had a sense about him. All right. Well, tomorrow I network with my remaining iron scrolls.
May I also ask, what can be bought here? As in, like, are there any, like, do we have any contacts for things like poison, the sleeping draft, anything like that?
There is a section. Are you asking the DM or are you asking the table here?
Both.
All right. Khalduna say there is a black market of sorts that I have meager access to, but that's mostly Two Cats Arena. I don't trade in such things.
I have an empty glass bottle and some rope.
My fear is that we need to be amply prepared. That's all. I think that's what we spend our day doing.
All right. Is anyone keeping tabs on Khaldun, or is he flying solo? If you'd
We were
like,
going to be
I
at the
could,
brothel with him, right? Or are you talking
Well, I
about?
assume we'll be nearby, but I mean, is there an Overwatch? I could play the role.
Some extra insurance.
Yeah.
Indeed.
May as well.
Just make sure you're disguised as well. Cover our
Oh.
faces as much as possible.
I will just do my best to keep relevant parties tethered.
You might also want to put on a disguise, even if you're going invisible, in case your invisibility drops.
No, yes, of course. I just have to wear commoner's clothes. I felt quite regal, despite the fact that we've lived in a dusty plateau with nothing growing in it. I've been able to wear quite a number of outfits, and, well, I believe the time for showing off is no longer.
Malachi looks at you and he's like nodding like preach.
Time to put away the glamoured leather. Bring out the commoner's clothes. Or perhaps the
Ironically,
traveller's
glamoured
clothes.
leather might be very good in the brothel.
That is true. Perhaps I'll break it back out once I'm in entourage mode. But before then,
Wait.
I will.
Wait, glamoured leather can. Oh, okay. You're saying you'll put it on.
Yes,
Okay.
just not when I'm going about the city and pretending to be a common man.
Can you not make glamoured leather look like whatever?
What do you mean?
Can it look like clothes and stuff?
I did not know this was a thing. Okay, yeah, I guess you can do that.
I don't know.
You can use a bonus action to assume the appearance of a normal set of clothing or some other kind of armor.
Yeah.
Bong.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess I can do that. I didn't know this was a magic item. I just thought it was like +2 studded leather.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It is, and more.
Okay. He just has this, huh?
Mhm.
You did this.
You just kidded this guy out.
He was not made to be an NPC for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have one magic item and I used it as a torch
Yeah.
because I don't have any torches.
Technically, he only
A lot
has.
of magic.
I mean, he has padded armor +1, but that's
Your
effectively
villain economics is
useless.
not working.
Okie dokie. All right, are we long resting and setting out for our little missions tomorrow?
Mhm.
Yeah. So what spells do I need?
That's
Let me
a good
see.
question. Get them ready.
Yeah, we're doing a
You
long
gonna take
rest.
that zoned proof?
Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, welcome to September.
Do you
I
remember
just spell juggling. What do I get
the
rid of?
first night of September?
Wednesday, September 1st, 1632. Dawn.
Oh.
All right. In the wake of the morning, your spell slots refresh, your hit points refresh, Grouger dies of starvation, and Orion sets up a new connection
Not a bit real.
of psychic whispers.
Oh.
Where's my
Wait. Hold on. Is this like I'm gonna do my sendings and stuff first
Sure.
in the
Yes,
morning?
yeah.
I also would have before bed checked in with my wife and child,
They're doing
and
good.
then done the same in the morning.
They're doing all right.
Mhm.
They're doing fine. All's well.
And also my brother if I'm not there. Okay.
They're doing good. The farming has begun. The farming era has really begun. Especially because the problem is you're like at the end of harvest season, so there's going to be some finagling being done to make some stuff happen. But yeah. All right.
When do we not?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Kingy and Sable, the corpses are awake and technically at your disposal. You have to fill them in on the conversation and figure out where you want them to go. Kingy's set to be entourage, theoretically. Sable is as well. But Orion will be playing Overwatch in the city, loosely tailing Khaldun and keeping an eye and an ear to the ground to see what the general feeling of the city is this morning. You all will apparently be shopping, from what I understood, and or gathering other materials you can to prepare, and then we'll be getting a room in the brothel. And by early afternoon, I presume we will be meeting in the brothel, Khaldun with the beautiful woman Gambit, and the rest of the group with the renting a room for said beautiful woman. Am I understanding all of this correctly?
That's what I got.
Okay. Depart. All right. What's Malachi's group doing? Overwatch is set up, and as long as you are within 1 mile, Psychic Whispers is active for 7 hours, thanks to Orion.
So where's
Immediately
the
attacking the nearest guard.
Okay, great.
okay? Where's the Gosh, what do you call it? It's the
The Bazaar.
Yes.
The Bazaar is just to the west of the Great Spring. You are up here above the temple, so you need to pass the Great Spring and head to the Bazaar through the main streets.
All right.
Please tell me, what are you all wearing? What do you all look like? Are the disguises out, or what do we got going on here?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm actually wearing a floor-length floral gown with
Okay.
a draping neckline. And
Are you a beautiful woman right now?
no, I feel like I've heard someone say that before, and it just popped into my head.
The double beautiful woman gambit.
I noticed nobody asked me to be the beautiful woman, and I understand. I'm not like offended, but you could have at least like said like, oh, you know.
We did not think of you.
No, I just assumed. Had you not met him before, Cagliari?
What?
Had you not met Toucan before?
I did.
Yeah. So I just ruled you out.
Yeah, all
I
right.
just, yeah.
Good,
No, not that you're not.
good,
That's not.
good excuse.
let's not make this awkward. I'm sure.
Too late, says Kingy.
You're a perfectly handsome woman. And then I look around the group, like try to get them to nod and support.
I'm fucking with you. Chill out.
Clearly. Anyway, I look real normal.
Really?
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like not like normal me. I look like a normal Tarshivite?
Tarshivan?
Tarshivian?
Tarshivian? I don't know.
Tarshivan?
Tarshivan. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm wearing like a turban and like I have like that cloth around your neck that pull up over my like just under my nose.
Right.
So I just look like that. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Are you dressed in noble clothes or plain street clothes?
No, just real nondescript robes,
Okay, got it.
like desert robes.
What is DeLorean wearing?
Which did we get that from his house? Because
you can reasonably get commoners clothes.
okay,
Yes.
cool.
I'm just gonna put my hood down, take the blindside thing off.
Yep.
That's about it. I have the fancy armor on.
So
Okay.
his eyes are now visible.
What do his eyes look like?
What do they look like?
Let's find out because I don't remember. Oh, look, I'm opening another application that I shouldn't be opening right now.
They're gonna be completely unpainted. It's just gonna be white.
I gave him a color.
Painted. I definitely gave him a color, but then the
They're like
blindfold went on.
blue or
immediately.
something.
I think they're just blue or purple.
Like
But,
solid color.
corner
please
to
hold.
corner. Okay.
Please hold. Loading. We're loading. What does Cagliari look like?
I'm wearing like I've modified my armor with some sort of like not I don't want to say gown, but like it is a floor length skirt
Oh.
thing.
I'm sorry, excuse me. His eyes are like this. These are his eyes.
Oh,
So he's
yeah.
yeah.
He definitely looks normal.
blindfold back on.
People's.
Wait, so
yeah.
I'm just okay. Go ahead, Callie.
I just got this floor length skirt, and I'm got my hood up, and I'm wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm. I'm just staring at Lauren's eyes.
They're beautiful.
Stop.
You telling that to me or him?
No, it's
Oh,
like
kissable.
how similar do they look to like me and my siblings?
Yours have a faint eminence of a radiance, but his are resplendent.
I'm a better as a
They
word.
look angelic. His face shines upon you.
I make out with him. I'm joking.
Real.
I just go. Oh, those are incredible. People have told me about my eyes my entire life. Good on you, mate.
And work on the fan fiction.
It's over.
Oh, you're Malachi X DeLorean fanfiction.
Horrifying.
I hate this.
I already wrote it.
AO3's down.
To the intern.
Okay, Sable looks like
But
Sable because
Kingy still looks gold, right?
Kingy is still disguised as a gold dragonborn. His plate armor is covered up by additional claws, so it's not making too much noise. He's just wearing tan robes. Very simple. And he has a shield, but it is painted over. So he's very nondescript. For a dragonborn, of course. And in this city, that's, it passes. Okay. Where are we going?
Are people worshiping him at all while we walk around and stuff?
He gets attention and some bows and some nods, but people are a little distracted. Yeah.
Okay. Part of me is like, should we have left him behind?
You could if you don't want to draw attention.
Maybe we do leave him behind.
I don't know.
we might be able to travel a little more quietly.
Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's not like
Why would-
Thaloran isn't getting a bunch of attention.
Oh, fair. Okay, then it's fine. We're just super memorable. Like
Yeah.
the guy with the armor and the eyes and the gold dragonborn.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, that was our group.
Thaloran might get a little bit more attention than Kingi because Kingi isn't out of place here, but Thaloran is. Thaloran is not a normal sight.
Wait, so Lauren, you didn't take any robes at all? Like to go over your.
Should I?
You could
You should, I
cover up your
think.
armor.
Oh, that looks so fancy.
I know. You really do. You really do.
He likes the way he looks.
Alright, just like a simple robe to put over it.
Men's warehouse.
It'll divert some attention, not all of it. Overwatch is a go. Khaldun is making his rounds. That beamed into Malachi's head, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Psychic
Who did
Whispers.
you make Psychic Whispers with?
You and Khaldun, and I guess Kellyari.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Is it only 3 people? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you know, he's
Let's
worked with you
move.
before, for better or worse.
Yeah.
All right. Where we at? Where we going? To the bazaar?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm just going to put you in the void. Theater of the Mind Time. What are you looking for in the bazaar on this day?
Well, I'm
Magic
looking.
items.
Uh-huh. Yeah, really? Okay, yeah, uh-huh.
Well, yes, no, truthfully, magic items, but also, also for things that, like, for example, something to help for your insomnia, to help you sleep, and look at, like, because it might be a sleeping potion, something like that, maybe.
I thought you
Yeah.
meant me. I was like, good luck.
Oh, no.
Okay, so the first thing you're looking for is potions.
Possibly.
Possibly?
I mean, I don't know if they're gonna like have it out there in the streets as potions. Get your potion.
Yeah, so we are looking for potions. If we
Yes,
find
yes,
them,
yes.
is
Okay.
possible.
The bazaar
Get your
has
potion.
mostly common items. Rugs, spices, meats, soups, breads, some other things.
Oh, soup?
Oh, yeah.
What
Like
kind of soup?
stews. Rabbit stew, like a desert hare stew.
I'm willing to cast Detect Magic twice, which is 20 minutes of Detect Magic.
Yeah.
Okay. That works. So that way
Got the
you'll see any
boy in
magic
here.
around here for magic items. Okay, okay. The crew is pulling up to the bazaar. You fell asleep when they were planning
The soup
last
is
night
magical.
and have been sort of caught up. But basically, you're going shopping and then renting a room in the brothel to try to lure Two Cat into a trap. That's it.
Okay,
A trap.
fantastic.
What did you say?
Don't repeat it.
Okay, I don't know what he said. All right. I'll never know. Maybe it's for the best. The bazaar appears to be mostly common items. How much is the range of detect magic? Is it just 30 feet?
I think so.
I think it may be.
It is 30 feet.
All right.
So I'm basically just walking up the stalls and then walking away.
Okay. Fair. Understood. You do, at one stall that appears to be selling knives, detect some magic emanating from a chest behind the stall. But he's just advertising fancy bladed knives, some scimitars, ornamental daggers, as well as, interestingly, a selection of jewelry.
Can I take a look at his stuff? How's it look? Good quality, bad quality?
Yeah, you're a smart man. You don't have to roll. It looks pretty good. The jewelry is all 100% real. It's also behind a thin layer of glass that doesn't appear to be super well protected. aside from the fact that you realize that it is magically enchanted, so that if you attempt to touch it, you will get zapped.
What does the cellar look like? Do we see him?
Yes. The seller is a very dark-skinned man in...
Describe every merchant.
Every single merchant? All right, I got you.
No,
right.
no.
Well, when we get to them, yeah, for
When we
sure.
get to them, yes.
The merchant.
The seller, it's called Marcou's Antiquities, which you're guessing that that's just his name, is a dark-skinned older man with a graying brown beard. He's wearing black and gold as a shirt with large jodhpurs and extremely ornate sandals, which are just visible below his set-up little stand. All of his jewelry rests on ornate gilded pillows behind a thin layer of glass. You can reach under the glass to get the items, but as I've said, if you touch them, you will be shocked. There is the chest behind him that is emanating strong magical aura as well.
Question.
Interested in buying? Yes.
I guess I was gonna ask a question, but I'll save it for later.
Okay.
Yes, we are interested in buying.
Well, very good. Take a look. Good
But
stuff.
we are still deciding if this is the stall. What do you have?
Weapons and jewelry. Ornamental and ancient. Some going back centuries.
I'm looking at Stable to see if he can see anything of worth here.
The jewelry
Some
is
very
worth...
fine wares.
The jewelry is worth thousands.
This is quite a shop for
$6.
a stall. I would have expected somebody as esteemed as yourself to have a more permanent location.
A boutique, perhaps?
Very few people have good eyes for these items, and the less attention on them, the better. Those who know, know.
Like those who know what else you might have behind the counter.
Oh, what do you know about that?
I slide 2 gold to him.
Oh, okay. If you're interested, he just gives you his gold back. Says, you are a perceptive man. I have some other wares. Non-antiquities, but things I have acquired in my travels. I don't accept only currency, I barter. And many adventurers come through town and give me many and interesting wares that I keep behind me. If you're
This piques
interested,
Lauren's attention.
One for history.
Huh?
What?
I said this piques the Lauren's attention, so he's there too.
Okay.
I never was one for history. I'd love to see what interesting things you might have picked up on your travels.
Many, many things. The historical items are here before you, but that which I have bartered is behind me.
I pull out my super duper fancy mace, and that is almost all I own.
Almost all you own. How nice is this mace?
Very normal.
Very normal. This is a normal,
Yep.
nondescript mace. Okay, are you trying to show it off?
I have 30 gold and a mace.
Alright, he says, it's a very brutalistic weapon. Unimpressive.
No, sir, you
not
don't want
elegant.
that. You're not interested in that.
Not
What about
elegant.
these? And I pull out the goggles of night.
What is this?
Oh,
Is he allowed
That's what
to-
happened to those.
He's just been pocketing the whole time. Are you
I
letting
don't
him?
have dark
The
vision.
rich get
Are
richer.
you letting him hold them?
The rich actually get richer.
Okay. He goes, interesting. Dark vision, yes.
Yes.
I've seen these made. Do you know where
Typical
these come
Bandit
from?
story.
These come from Forge. Imported through this very dock.
Hey, question.
Mhm.
While he's talking to them about this, how distracted does he look?
Pretty distracted?
Okay, is there anything loose?
All of the
Well,
jewelry
there's-
is technically loose on pillows, and the only thing stopping you from grabbing it is a thin layer of glass covering the top. You could just slip your arm and steal any manner of
Oh,
wares of the jewelry.
I wouldn't have to use my arms at all.
Sure you wouldn't.
Hey, DM.
Yep.
Super unrelated question,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
But if I were to, like theoretically cast dominate person
Oh my god.
and and say somehow they managed to succeed the saving throw, would they know, would they know that I tried to?
Is it a
Um,
verbal spell?
I'm reading the
it
description
takes
and it
verbal and
doesn't really
somatic
say.
components. So if they'll know that you casted a spell after it, they may not know what it is, but they'll know you tried to charm them.
Don't do it.
Yeah, but charm person is just so what's the word?
You say charm person or dominate person?
Oh, I said dominate person. Charm person is just so lame.
Uh-huh.
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's a wisdom 16 though, dude.
Nah, that sucks. Don't do it.
They might understand. Go ahead.
They would know I casted something.
They would.
Right.
They would know you attempted to charm them.
There's a sorcerer feature that lets you be subtle about casting.
Correct. But otherwise, you're just gonna loudly say something and gesture your hands in public, and then this guy's gonna do whatever you tell him. So it's not gonna look. It's not gonna look good.
If I fail it, all he sees is me go, "Boogly boogly, give me your shit."
Anyway, so would you be interested in these?
Hey!
I could be, yes. I have some
Well-
trinkets I could part with for them.
Like what?
He turns around and goes to open his chest with a key that he slickly pulls out of his pocket. He cranks the chest open, and he pulls out a little potion. And he says, "Potion of growth.
Oh,
Enlarge, reduce. Lot of
don't
damage."
don't trade a magic item that grants permanent dark vision while you're wearing
Gas
them.
station boner pills.
That's not what I was gonna say. For a one-time use item.
Is
Hey,
this
we'll get the voting pills, but we
is
need
this the
those.
only magic item that I sense?
No. There's a bunch of magic items in there.
We might need them, get them.
As interesting as
I'm gonna-
potions are too
I'm gonna poke
short-lived.
Thaloran. I'm gonna poke Thaloran and say there's other stuff.
Right in front of the dude.
You said he put the key in his
I'm
pocket. You
quiet.
said-
I'm sneaky.
Oh my god.
Wait, so what? Hold on. Run that by me, and what are you doing?
I just asked. You said he put the key in his pocket.
He picked it out of his pocket, opened the chest, and then just slipped it back in, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're all a bunch of thieves.
I mean, notoriously I am, but like,
So
what about
right
it?
now he's looking at the chest and stuff.
I
Okay.
mean, he turned back around. Listen, if you want to do what you're going to do, you would have had ample time when he's reaching into the chest. He's about to go back because your boy was not interested in this thing that he has. So, I mean,
I won't do it. I was just wondering.
okay.
Yeah. Last time I did this kind of stuff, I couldn't use I couldn't. Yeah. So I'm being good for now.
Yeah, don't do that with your goody two shoes god, okay?
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's just, what's the point of having
on our covert mission.
I know exactly. That's why I'm like, it's just so tempting when you're telekinetic. You can
Uh-huh,
just
uh-huh,
pull it.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
Okay.
All right, he reaches back in, and he says, "These bracers from a very great archer They provide good aim.
You know, on second thought, I'm just not interested in these. I might have to go.
Well, I have much more. I have much more. Look at the chest. It's full of items.
Is there any like writing or runes on it? The
No.
bracers?
No.
Okay.
There's ornamental decorations, but they're not runes. They're just elven leatherwork.
Mm.
They wouldn't work for ranged spell attacks, would they?
They would not.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here actually shoots.
He goes, what about this? He pulls out a cloak, and it says, with this, you breathe underwater. You swim very fast.
Been there, done that.
You have? I get this recently. Okay. Let us see. I should not give you that. We will not be giving you that.
Which one? Which one will you not be giving us?
He's so aggressive.
It's he's rooting through and he pulls out a glowing orb. And he puts it back, he buries it further in the chest.
Let's say let us say the glowing orb. Why you don't show it to us?
No,
I'll pull out my flame blade hilt and put it on the counter. Say, what if I up the ante?
Oh. I cannot trust anybody with this orb. This is no. I cannot. No.
Oh well.
Mm.
Put the goggles back in my pocket. Or in my backpack.
Okay.
Alright, Callie, how much you want to pay for these?
What?
No, nothing.
They were mine, you know.
What?
The night goggles?
I've had these for so long.
Yeah, when I died.
I don't know they're yours. Huh. Do you want them back?
A little bit.
The rich get richer, and when they steal from the poor, they're like,
I already have dark vision. They make my dark vision better, you know.
The guy pulls out one final magic item while you're discussing. He says, "All right. How about the? Well, if you give dark vision goggles and the blade, I give you this." He pulls out a little gem. It's like a little why is it called? Okay, yeah. It's a little gem. It almost looks like a mirror, and it's on a little stick, and it looks like you would hold it up to one of your eyes. He says,
Hey, how long have we been here? Sorry.
like 2
6
or 4
hours.
minutes.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 5 or 6.
I was gonna cast identify. Okay.
Yeah, and he says, this, you see anything?
What do you mean?
You
Wait.
see anything?
Yeah, like what does that mean?
It means you see the truth.
You mean metaphorical, or are you talking about literal? Because I have friends and family all
through
over.
illusions. You see through magic. You see the truth.
How about you give us a sample?
I cannot
We
show
s-
you the truth. There's nothing here that is hidden.
Ah, okay.
Maybe don't tip that.
Is that true? Insight check.
Go ahead.
Okay. Insight check. Go. I summon you.
Exodia.
11.
It seems true.
Is it all the time? Or do you have to, like, activate it?
You must peer, and for 10 minutes you see the truth. 3 times a day.
What a great salesman.
I'm going to whisper into Cagliari's ear. And I'm going to say, if you can just use it for a moment, look at me, and if you can see, and I'm whispering to her. Well, I guess I could just cast message. so that way, yeah, it won't be overheard. Just gonna say, if you see what I normally look like, then it's real.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it.
This is real. We don't meet a lot of.
Like, being able to look through and see the truth for 10 minutes 3 times a day versus the night vision goggles, which for dark vision goggles, and my sword.
Which you can use 12 hours. Yeah, it is not good trade.
Eh.
And you said your name is Marku?
Marzuk.
Mark Zook. Okay.
Zuckerberg.
Mm-hmm.
We'll think about it.
Very well. Come back if you have business. He closes the chest.
As we're walking off, I'm just gonna like poke Thorn and say, "The man said he had wares. Never said he had deals."
I'm gonna give these goggles a night to Calgary.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't know they were yours.
Rich
I
get richer.
I got to use them like one time before I died.
Yeah.
Millions of magical items not
I think-
distributed.
I think I got them in like Coruscare, and then I used them in the cave outside Namir, where we found the mayor's body. And then I got mind whammied, and I was out for a week, and then I was back for 1 day before I died.
All right.
I used them for a bit before I got the blindfold. Just increase my dark vision range.
Starting a socialist revolution.
there
Okay, we go to
is-
next. We go to next stall.
There's a shop called Zyda's Remedies.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
It is an old woman selling a number of potions, something. You know, she has herbs hanging from her shop and other things. Some little tablets, it seems, like little. I guess that's what I would describe them as. Not quite pills.
She's got pills.
Not quite. They're like little rounded balls that appear to
Farm
be
party.
herbal remedies.
As we walk over there, can I change my features to look a little more like what I've observed of like the rich / upper class people?
No. You do not have
No?
enough. You do not have enough information to change your facial structure to look richer. That's
Little
I guess.
richer.
I guess. Can I just make it look like I have like jewels on,
yeah.
like visible through my
there,
thing? Yeah.
There you go. That'll
Okay.
communicate the message.
My goal is just I just want to make it look like they might be more willing to make
Hold on,
deals
ladies and
with us.
gentlemen. I need to raise the height of my cheekbones real quick to appear richer.
I mean,
I guess you could. It's just funny.
I mean.
All right. As you approach the lady, she says, "Welcome, welcome. Do you need healing?"
You know, I do not know that we need healing now, but we may at some point. What do you have here today?
Many potions and remedies. Homebrewed.
Very homebrewed. Tell me about them.
Well, we have potions of healing, of vitality, of speed, of resistance.
Anything else?
Medicinal herbs, but I imagine you have only interest in the strongest.
Well, if I have to be honest with you, I am looking for. I have been having a lot of difficulty sleeping. Is there anything you have for that? Yes.
I don't have any now, but if you come back in an hour, I could brew you one. But you would have to pay now.
Perhaps a Xanax? No? Okay. How much?
How much do you need? 1 dose? 2?
I'll
Or a
take
week's
2 or
worth?
I'll take 2 or 3.
50 for 40, 120
120 what?
gold.
Uh, I'll give you 3.
3 gold pieces.
Yes.
Because you look rich, she's
117
trying to get as
more.
much as she can out of you.
Huh?
117 more.
Well, you know, this is quite beautiful. She got anybody in this thing with her? Like, how well protected this look?
No, she hasn't brewed it yet. You can't steal it. You can't steal it because she hasn't brewed it yet.
It's just her, but there are Sultan guardsmen on either side of her shop. There are city guards in other sections of the bazaar, but her shop is guarded by Sultan's guards with aqua sashes.
So, if I only wanted one, you would give it to me for 40?
Yes. Well, 45. Easier to make a big batch.
Would you rather make a sale or not?
This guy sucks.
The Sultan guard walks up to you, punches you in the face.
Oh no. Oh no. We should roll initiative or something.
You want to?
Because this is all part of bartering and haggling. That's crazy.
Haggle all the
He's
time.
gonna get us killed.
This is nuts. Okay,
That's
listen.
actually crazy.
He's
Yeah.
being an asshole, but they wouldn't just deck him.
I mean, if that's
Really?
what they do, that's what they do.
Really?
Okay.
Because I seem to remember that one of the first things I said is don't haggle.
What?
When?
Let me, oh, you want me to pull up my notes?
Yes.
Okay.
Roger starved to death, by the way.
Roger starved to death.
Yeah, we knew that.
All right, let me pull this up. Session 2, Tarshiv rules. Number 1, don't haggle. Don't bring livestock into undesignated areas. Don't eat outside specific areas. You are haggling.
Wait,
Because you have it in your nose doesn't mean you said.
yeah, but that wasn't said to Malachi at all, by the way.
That's not my problem.
He also is not here.
Also not my problem.
Well, yeah, let's roll initiative then.
Go ahead.
Where that at? 18.
18. Okay. You are right ahead of the guard that's moving forward to deck you in the face.
I step back and I hold my hands up and I say, hold on.
Okay. Is that it?
And I will... I don't want to do this early in the day. I don't want to do this early. I don't want to... You know what? Yeah, I'm just going to subtle spell shield,
Okay.
and I'll have that ready if they attack me.
Cool. He's grappling you. Make an acrobatics athletic check.
I'm not contesting it. I'm just going to be grappled then.
Okay. He picks you up and says, "No haggling, trash. Stop harassing the market givers." And then he pushes you back. All right, and the other guy slaps you with like the butt end of his spear in the leg and says, "Get out of the bazaar."
The succulent Chinese.
I'm gonna go around the corner.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
He's gonna turn into a different guy.
And I'm gonna come back as somebody else.
Uh-huh. The guards are gonna ask you, "You with him?"
Huh?
You with him?
Who?
Roll persuasion. Deception, excuse me.
Can I help?
Yeah.
I've never met the guy in my life.
I got an 11. Is it with advantage or is he rolling separate?
It's with advantage, or he could roll separate either way.
Deception, you said?
Yep.
17.
Okay. The guard looks real suspicious, and then Sable says he's never met him in his life. Whatever. You have business?
I have
Browsing.
30 gold.
Yeah. Would you like anything?
Is there anything I can afford?
What do you need?
Well, unfortunately, it was also looking for something sedation-like. Perhaps something that will... And I sit there and I think, you know, I do have this friend, and he has been having trouble with bears. Is there something that might, you know, we could, like a repellent or perhaps poison?
I do not have that,
Poison?
but I have something that could make you a friend with any animal.
What's the price?
20 gold.
Oh, quite reasonable.
Most expensive thing we've ever purchased.
It's not true.
I started with 10 gold, and the only reason I have 30 is because I beat you guys in poker.
It's true. It's true.
I dropped 30 gold at the circus just because. I paid 150 gold for Dora to set up the meeting with Khaldun.
Roger on multiple occasions has had hundreds of gold and it's been stolen from him.
Yep.
I had 1,153 gold, I believe, stolen from me.
Is there, like, okay, DM though?
Uh-huh.
Is there like a? I mean, I don't know my potions and shit. Is there a potion that can let me speak other languages?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What's it called?
Potion
Bones?
of comprehend. Well, potion of comprehend languages. Well, actually, there definitely is. I would have to check what it is.
And I'm guessing
Either
the
way,
potion
it
she's
could
trying to
exist.
sell me is speak to animals.
No. She said it will make you friends with animals. So if you're having bear problems, it will remove the bear problems.
If you're having bear problems, I feel bad for you, son.
Well, would that work? I mean, like, if I can't speak to them, how would they be my friend?
It'll work. You don't know how to work. You can roll Arcana.
Have you ever met a real animal?
I got an 8. I don't
Made
know.
on Arcana? You don't know. She just says it's a potion that'll make you friends with animals. That's all I got, kid.
Okay. Would
Sure.
you
Side
perhaps
effects.
have a potion that would let me speak other languages?
No, you don't want that one.
Ugh, I do not think I could brew that with what I have on hand. I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay, no worries. Thank you, though.
You have a nice day.
It's really good because it's got like a side effect where
So
I
he
say
didn't buy
a small prayer for her.
Okay.
Do you have any weird, like, extra batch potions that you're trying to get rid of?
No.
The discount aisle.
No? Okay.
No. I brew the common ones and others to order.
Yeah, but have you ever, like, done a test batch? And it's just been sitting around?
I do not sell those to people. They could be harmed.
Well, what if I was willing to buy?
I would not sell it to you.
Darn. Okay. That's all. Thanks.
Okay. Weird customers today. All right.
I come back as a different person.
Who are you this time? Are you wearing the same clothes?
Yeah, I'll just make it look different.
With what? Disguise self?
It's wears a shirt backwards.
It's not
I
like a
wrap it
shirt.
differently. I wear it differently. Yeah, like I said, it was common clothes anyway.
His cheekbones are lower, so he looks poor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna need you to roll for me a performance check.
Let's see. Yeah, it says you make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings,
Oh,
look
so you are
different.
using disguise self.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, then that's fine. All right, are you coming back up?
No, I'll join them at some point, not right there.
Okay.
He's gonna try haggling again.
Yeah, immediately run down main. 2 gold.
Literally ridiculous.
Hey,
So
if I
much
don't know the rules, I
time.
don't know the rules. What am I supposed to do?
Well, I
It'd
don't
be
know.
really good of Khaldun to have told us when we said we're going to Bazaar. Yeah.
Well,
So yeah, I'll pull up.
I don't know. Didn't occur to me. Sorry. I wrote it
Yeah.
down though.
It sure occurred to the guards. Let's have the haggler guy show up now.
All right, I'm on my way.
What? You want him to link up now with the other crew?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the crew? Where's the crew going now?
Alright, did I miss that? Are we on like a time limit to do what we need to do?
Not real. You have all day, and you're kind of squandering it in the bazaar, getting nothing done. So I mean, yeah, I mean,
We have all day,
You're being
but I
really
have
rude to us
20
right now.
minutes
you
of
do
detect
you
magic.
do have all day.
Part of the thing is that we were looking for stuff. That's why we're going from place to place. But I also wanted to see what the the average price is before we buy anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we could go to another stall before his spell wears out.
Who's? Oh,
We
you
could
mean his
probably
detect
make
magic
one
spell?
more, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've got 20 minutes on it. We probably spent like 15.
All right. Another notable shop is just called Great Ramsey's Wares, and this one is more of a semi-permanent structure. It's a little more solid. There's nothing at the front, but the back wall is lined with weapons and armor.
Armor, you say?
Yes.
Right, everyone pile in.
All right. So you approach the shop. I
Yeah.
presume? All right. He says,
I'd like to go in too.
Welcome to Great Ramses. What do you seek?
Did he get a magic item ping?
"Is he
Do they
getting?"
have the
Oh, he gets magic item
Sorry.
things. A number of the weapons and armor on the wall are magical.
Oh,
Yeah. I guess my question was going to be: do they have like a practice area here, like where you can test the swings, like if it's like swords and stuff?
They have a small area within the shop. Yes,
Okay.
because it's a much larger tent.
And this
The
is one
solid
where you
base.
can actually like walk in and go around and.
There is room
Look at
to
stuff.
walk in. The stuff on the wall starts at like being 5 feet off the ground though, and there are signs that tell you not to touch the weapons. So you have
Okay.
to like request for them to be taken off the wall so you can inspect them. And there's a ladder that he has around the shop
Okay.
attendant. And there are 6 members of the city guard surrounding this shop.
Mhm.
Lauren's gonna walk up to whoever's at a counter.
Okay, let me get like something for this. You're walking up to the counter guy, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Can I help you?
Hello, sir. I must ask. A while ago, I had this beautiful set of dwarven heavy plate, but
Dwarven.
a burglar stole it from my manor.
No. That is tragic.
What I
Dwarven
have now,
plate.
it's
It
it's
is
stunning,
one
but-
of the best armors I have ever had the pleasure of working with. I have had some in my stock from Forge, but not today.
what a shame. Do you have anything in your eyes that is comparable?
Oh, nothing. Nothing like good dwarven plate. There is a chance I can get some more, but not in the next month. All of the ships from Forge have stopped coming. There is nothing. Only from Guardian. There is armor from Guardian, but it is very different.
Can I ask Fable if does anything catch his eye?
I just point at the shiny things.
Every single magic item, he goes, this one, this one, this one, this one. Yeah, okay, got it. Yep.
Like tugging on your sleeve. Give me this one. Give me this one. Give me this one, please. Give me this.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, so yeah, can you? What exactly do we see that he's pointing to?
Name every magic item.
There are several scimitars that are magical. There are pieces of leather armor that are magical. There are pieces of plate armor that is magical. And there is a heavy crossbow that is magical.
Magical plate armor, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Probably really expensive. Never mind.
Uh-huh.
I look at Sable pointing at the plate armor. My friend here, he's interested in some of this heavier plate here.
It's gonna be like $1,000.
This is one of the best that we have. It is not dwarven plate, but it is good. Adamantine.
Adamantine. I haven't heard of that one.
You do not know adamantine?
No.
Also from Forge. Very, very strong metal. Very strong. Excellent for protection.
And is this set for sale?
It is, but it is very expensive.
Well, so is dwarven plate, and I lost that.
Of course, yes. Not quite as expensive.
He leans in. Well, how much?
Give me your best offer.
All right, now this is important.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll a history check. Because you have to approximate what a good offer is, because if you offend him, you're in trouble. like in trouble.
I got 12.
Got a 12. Okay. This is not going to go for less than 4 digits.
That's what I said.
We are hella broke. Who thinks they dropping 4 digits right now?
We're not. Okay, we have money, it's
Now,
just not here.
With a 12, you recall
I
that...
imagine we took a little with us, but we didn't decide how much we took.
Yeah, but with a 12, you're able to recall that adamantine is extremely strong to the point where it will prevent critical injuries from happening in ways that other metals simply cannot. It will prevent critical injuries. No critical injuries can happen. If you know
if someone were to hit you,
and it were to do
spot.
critical damage, it actually just wouldn't. It would just do regular damage.
Huh.
So about that money, I've got 30.
How much would you say? I mean, we can decide how much we took. I didn't want us to take too much, clearly. But we do have.
owes me about 150, 144.
You have to submit your
gold.
corporate reimbursement forms. You haven't done that yet. Until you do that, he's not obligated to pay you.
Okay.
We
A
have.
set of armor like that, a dwarven plate, I traded, but something that fine?
What?
No, you didn't. It was
what
stolen
are
from
the
your man.
properties of your armor? It is quite exquisite.
Oh, this whole thing?
Yes.
Well, you see it, see how shiny these highlights are?
Yes, it's beautiful.
See how immaculate it is?
Yes.
You think I have time to clean this?
No, it's very lots of work.
Exactly.
It cleans itself. My
Yes.
God. Where did you get such an armor?
Found it.
Huh. Yes, okay.
Where? Tomb.
Oh. In a tomb. You are a Tomb Raider.
More of a hobby.
Lauren has Lauren's with shorts and a long braid.
Tomb hobbyist. Okay. The shopkeeper strokes his chin with his pathetic goatee, and he goes, okay. That is not bad. It's beautiful armor. It's beautiful showpiece. It's not so much for combat, but
Yes,
it's so
you're right.
exquisite. It's very. I could get good price for that armor. I could get very good price for that armor. If you give that armor to me, I will give you 2,100 gold.
What?
And I will do my best to sell. I think I could sell this for 5,000. The craftsmanship is exquisite. I give you 2,100 now. I take it. If I sell it, I will give you the adamantine.
On top of the money?
Oh yes, on top of the 2,100. It is.
You must allow me to think about this.
It is. Yes, of course. I would not expect you to part.
Great sentimental value.
Of course. And the adamantine, you have no, as a man who has worn the dwarven plate, you know there is no better armor. But the adamantine is very good. It's very good. But this is a work of art. This is not a suit of armor but this is armor for a king. This
The
is
rich get richer, as well as
Real.
Sable has not breathed since the word 2,000 has came out of that mouth. What the fuck?
He's turning blue. Somebody help him.
Pat him on the back.
Well, you think about it. I will be here.
I will.
Someone will. I will tell Ramsey that you came and that you have this good armor. I could appraise this, but I know he will. This is very good.
Yes, I'll keep it in my mind. Thank
Very
you.
good. Is there anything else you'd be interested in?
Start haggling.
I, similar situation to him, had a nice rapier that would light on fire when I gave the word, and it was very good. Do you have anything similar to that?
Not on display, but I can check. Let me look at my inventory. Yes.
So when you ask an employee if they got
Alright,
anything in the back,
he pulls out a scroll and he starts looking through his inventory. He says,
This would be difficult.
like no,
Oh,
and
this
then
this is a good one. No, that is already to be sold. Hold on. We have some rapiers that you could inspect, but they are currently in the vault. We would have to pull them out, and I'm sure you would want to look at them. But we do have two that are of good quality. I think you may be interested in.
Okay.
They are not fire, but this is a very strong weapon. It hits very hard, is magical, and it is very easy to hit with it, is what I can say. It's as if it has a mind of its own to find its target. It's a very good rapier. Very, very expensive, but would have to get it.
How expensive are we talking?
If I look at the history and the appraisals, it looks, say, 850.
Ooh, okay. Might be a little steep for me, but thank you.
Or do you have
We're too
anything?
poor for this place.
Do you have anything to barter with or to for collateral?
Yeah, I've got this flame blade hilt.
Interesting. Well, this is not bad. This is not bad at all. This could go for 300 or 400. I could take this as down payment, and then if you can afford the rest, you could take it. But it will take a few days. I will have to arrange for a trip to be made to the vault to retrieve it.
You know what? Don't worry about it.
Okay. If you change your mind,
Thank you,
we
though.
will be here. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
just gonna go-
a lot of super expensive stuff.
Mhm.
I don't think I'm getting a knife here, guys.
Probably not.
Sometimes I don't understand. It's okay.
What?
No, don't worry about it.
What?
No,
brothers are dying of starvation and exhaustion here.
that's fine.
Yeah,
He's
I
fine.
think the one
Yeah, we don't
thing.
care.
He's already
Yeah, I
dead.
think the one thing I wanted to buy, it's like they would have to go make it, and I don't know if we want to come back. So
We're not going to be here in a couple days, right? And
exactly. So
if the things are in the vault, we're going into the vault. Maybe we can find their vault. Maybe maybe do a little bit of rooting around. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not saying that in front of him.
Okay. Anything else?
It might be time to just go case out. Like we were talking about possible escape routes. So like if we walk around the area where maybe not where the vault is per se, but like that area.
Maybe not the area where the vault is, but that area.
Not like not in the vault. It's like the entrance to the vault, but like if there's like buildings nearby, that kind of thing.
The only nearby building is the temple, and it's about 600 to 1,000 feet off of the, well, probably if not more, off of the entrance to the vault. That is it. It is a pathway that curves around the temple, and then further beyond is the vault. There are no civilian buildings near it whatsoever. It's a big open field leading up to the mountain.
Huh.
Interesting. Can I go to the temple, though?
Yeah, easily. I mean, you can go around the temple if you desire.
No, I'm interested in actually going to the temple.
Yeah, yeah, that's easy. You can just walk there. It's like a 15-minute walk, if not less. So, very easy. We going to the temple?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. All right. Away we go.
Out
of the shop.
I mean, this group makes sense to a temple. King is a paladin. The Lord is a cleric. Caviar is a paladin. Sable's a cleric.
Yep. It is a highly religious group.
It's a very religious group.
Who's Helm?
Who? You mean whore? I don't know. I don't know who that Helm guy. I don't know what that is. Like helmet? Like whatever.
Sounds like a helmet. I don't know. It sounds like something to protect. I don't. That's not me.
I don't know.
That was Lord Helmet from Spaceballs.
Of course. All right. As you make your way around the Great Spring and towards the temple, you come into Orion range, and Orion says, "You making out all right?"
Honestly, everything here is quite expensive, and I think we may just have to make do, or at least we can find. If he has friends who have equipment that we can use, we can make the best of it.
I can confirm it is difficult to get good deals in the bazaar, especially since haggling is a no-go. I guess I should say that. You shouldn't haggle here.
Yes, I found out the hard way.
I see.
Yes.
It's
all right.
I did tell Cagliari that, but I suppose you were not privy to that information.
No, but that's all right.
Well, I've managed to find a number of my contacts. We're mobilizing now, and they've already begun to spread the word. All right. To the temple?
Yeah.
All right. As you make your way to the building with the vault lying just a quarter mile behind it, you see a large, beautiful square, white. I guess you could say it appears to be a mixture of sandstone and some masonry with perhaps marble. As you enter, you are greeted with a massive dome ceiling. It's apparently hollow, at least somewhat, glistening in the light with the large radiant windows pouring light in through the stained glass onto the black and white checkered floor. The temple is massive, and there's almost nothing in it. There are no seats, there are no pews, there's the floor, there are several mats on the ground with individuals praying towards a statue of a silver dragon. I think I may have described this before. I don't remember, but that's what's in my head. So that's what we got. I don't have a map of this place. I don't think any of it's written down.
Is there any way to know if this is the start of their prayer time? Like, what time is it? Approximately.
Probably still morning, so it's probably literally 9 a.m.
Like morning prayers.
Yep.
Are there any priests um, who aren't like conducting prayers, who are just around?
You can roll perception to attempt to identify any men of the cloth.
Okay.
Men of the cloth.
Men of the cloth.
7.
7. You do not see any currently. There's no active service or anything. It is the middle of the week in the morning, and business harvest times have picked up. Caravans have left. So the city isn't super busy. The temple is more crowded than usual, though I don't know if anyone here would particularly know that, aside from maybe Kingy, who has been here a number of times. But even then, it's still fairly sparse.
Mm-hmm.
The city is largely quiet, by the way, as you've gone around this morning. There is a tension in the air, and it's still felt here in the temple, but nothing visible at the surface.
Okay, okay, so that's the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
What language are they praying in?
A number.
Or is it not like public prayer? Is it like individual?
It's really not public prayer. It's a lot of people laying prostrate, some people in groups, and others just talking in the temple between themselves. But there's no program, there's no public spectacle. It's just a handful of individuals gathering on the sides of the temple.
Okay. Do they have any like manuscripts, scrolls, pieces of writing?
Not on the main temple floor. Up by the statue, there are other things potentially of note, such as what appears to be some instruments, some drums, other things, some scrolls in the back, but it's clear that that is not for public use.
Okay. Can I try to overhear what people are saying, or like try to walk a little closer? Maybe act like not even act, like go to pray too.
Yes, you may. Roll perception. Well, did you already roll perception?
Mm-hmm. But that's how I'm saying, let me go closer and try to...
Yeah, roll perception again.
Okay.
Because people are not being loud, and if you get close, they're going to get quieter.
That is so stupid. The 18 wanted to be on top, and then the 5 just took over. Whatever.
Well, the 5 wanted it more. Most people are muttering to themselves. Some you can pick up are praying in Draconic, but none of what they're saying, whether common Draconic or even a smeckling of Dwarven, which I don't believe you speak, none of them are intelligible. Oh, you don't even speak Draconic. You only speak... No, that's not... Okay, that's the wrong character sheet. I was going to say, that doesn't
I was about to say,
There's no way
what you mean I don't speak Draconic?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just pray to Bahamut while I'm there.
About anything specific?
For Graja's safety.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a religion check.
Got to get a vision of him like twitching on the ground.
Well, I honestly wasn't aiming for anything like
for
that.
Hours.
Yeah, it's a 7. I honestly wasn't aiming for anything like that.
If only you could roll with advantage due to another member of Bahamut's cohort being with you.
Yeah, if only that was real.
If only.
Is Kingy going to go up and help him?
Yeah, Kingy grants you the help action.
Camera's going to pan over to the mass grave.
I don't know if that's going to help Kingy, but yeah, it's a 13.
Well, it's marginally better. All right, your prayer for Roger's safety is heard, and you feel Michael calmly watching over you.
That's crazy. He wouldn't have heard it at all.
What?
No, just the way you said it is like your prayer was heard. I was like, dang, even the bad one wasn't heard.
No,
that's crazy.
You just feel reassured that your prayer was heard.
Okay, cool.
Michael has a hand in the situation. a hand.
Mm-hmm. When I'm done, I'm looking around at the others. Like, you guys gonna get in on this action, or
What would I get in on? What do you want me to do?
He's
like
praying.
if they're like, I'm trying to figure out where you guys are. Like, are you guys?
I think I basically just stopped at the edge of the temple, feeling kind of weird about going in, and I'm just hanging out, keeping watch, looking for anything.
Okay.
I'm just quietly looking around the temple with you guys. It's very different than what I'm used to.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. When I finish, I'm looking to see if anybody else finishes praying around the same time.
There's someone leaving the temple. They just picked up a prayer mat and started making their way out.
Can I call out to them?
You may.
Okay.
They turn to face you. This is not a common individual. This is probably one of those nobles that you were looking at least by his attire. He's wearing a series of greens and golds. He has ornate jewelry. He has a nose piercing, which is interesting. And a well-grown out sandy, we'll say like a sandy gray beard, like not fully gray. He is fairly dark-skinned, but it appears that he has some kind of dye in his hair. And he has very bright green eyes that go extremely well with his greens running through his outfit.
Mm-hmm. Bahamut be with you.
To you as well.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you, but I have felt some slight discomfort. Not in the city, well, in the city, to be fair. Just with all the upheaval yesterday, I could only seek solace here in the temple, and I was wondering, how do you feel about it all? Has Bahamut given you peace?
I hate to contradict you, but I do not worship the dragon.
Oh.
Although, tell me, is he, does he know anything of finance?
I imagine, as one of diplomacy, there is a certain amount of knowledge he has in various spheres.
Well, perhaps I should pray to him too. I am losing a lot of money. And I do not know if I will be able to keep my vineyards open.
Why is it the guy with the French accent got the vineyard?
Because it's funny.
Worships the Nasdaq.
Nasdaq, god of the stock exchange.
No, I think you had told us the name of the god they had here. I thought I wrote it down, but I don't know where it is right now.
If only there was a button you could press that would roll a history check for you.
Alright, I'll roll a history check. 21.
Hara.
Alright, okay. And you think that Hara will not hear your prayers?
I do not know. Many of us are bemoaning Para at this time. We will wait and see.
I will say, if it is not too presumptuous of me, I have some experience with finance. Is it the sort of thing that some good advice could help?
I need materials, not advice. My father runs the business very well, but without transportation to ship our goods, we lose most of our income. Our
You need a
wines sell
ship?
well here, but yes, frankly.
I have heard of a ship that may be looking to assist and maybe take on some clients.
That would be fantastic as long as it can safely make its way around the port of Benedict.
Hmm.
There are
I
very
will.
few who are competent enough to handle those waters and the scums that inhabit them.
Yes, this is true. But I can make a contact for you, and you know, anyone I meet in a temple is now a friend. And please, what is your name?
I am Charu. Vitam Charu.
And you said your father has a business. What is the name of your business?
It is Charu's garden. He is one of the most famous vintners in the island.
I was about to ask, like, did we drink that wine growing up?
You definitely did. It's clicking
Well,
now. You had no. It was just called like the Charu Red. Yeah, you didn't know what it meant. It was just like, oh yes, the Charu Red. You didn't know it was a name, and now all of a sudden it's all there.
ah, oh, what an honor to make your acquaintance. I will do as best as I can. I promise I will be in touch with you.
That's very good. You may be an answer to a prayer.
Bahamut is always watching.
Perhaps I should give him my thanks. How does
Yes,
one pray to the dragon?
that is all you do. You make your prayer and you just call on his name. He will listen.
Yes, very good. Thank you. And your name was?
It is Theon.
What?
Sion.
Sion.
Yeah.
Dion.
Sion. Okay. Okay. Very good.
Yes.
How will you be contacting me?
Uh, do you have an pull out a sheet of paper or some? Do you have a means of how can I will send mail, I will send word, or I do have some friends who have, and I whispered, who have knowledge of some magical arts that may make contacting you a little bit easier.
My father has been looking for such men for a very long time. That would be excellent.
Very good.
All right. Does he need to write anything down, or do you have what you need from him?
I'll take his address and stuff. Yeah, I need a mailing address, a PO box.
Okay, cool. He is going to give you the address of Charu's garden in Destin.
Destin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's where their warehouse is.
Okay. All right, I'll file that away. It's not the time to do that business right now, but I might be able to help him.
Yeah.
Before you leave, uh, are you aware of the cause of all the disruption? Uh, I have been traveling for some time, and I only arrived yesterday, and I saw everyone in the square. It was crazy.
I am too aware of what has happened, but I'm afraid I'm not able to discuss all of the details. There is a lot of confidential information. What I can tell you is that Khaldun is not the only one whose ships have stopped shipping out of Destin.
Oh,
Oh, yes. The Sultan's network has fallen apart overnight. But we are suffering for it. They punish him, they punish us.
they are punishing the Sultan. Who is?
The traitors, men from Guardian. Their ships run along the coast. Some of them shipped my wine. They were some of the only brave men able to get past Benedict and those pirates. Their
What has the
ships are
Sultan done?
strange. Eh?
What has the Sultan done to draw their ire?
He has violated some ruling they have with Khaldun. And if he is not treated properly, they will stop operating in the port entirely. And that is what they have done.
May I ask a very strange question?
You may.
How, hypothetically speaking, if one wanted to have an audience with the Sultan, or at least someone close to him, how do one go about it?
Have the right connections, drop the right name, and pay the right price. My father has done it all too much over the years. I am not surprised if he is meeting with him now, but I have no such interest in meeting the young fool. Hence I
Yes,
am here.
yes. Well, I don't mean to take up too much of your time, but thank you. You have been very helpful.
Pleasure to meet you, Scion. I hope we meet again.
And you as well, Vitam.
All right.
All right. I'm going to tell the others that we might have found some work for the tipsy duck. But also kind of update them on what's happening with the ships and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because that could potentially affect us, maybe.
It's going to
Well,
affect everyone.
yeah. And it's because of the Sultan.
Partially.
Yeah, partially. So
There's a lot that probably most people know about Mandril, but you've all well, technically you haven't experienced it. Mandril is just genuinely doing bad economically right now. Period. Coruscare's exports were sliced. Luxuries like literally silverware, plates, dishes, knives, weapons, shears, any manufactured metalworking goods that we get from Forge, the island of giants, to the east, all those ships are gone. There's nothing coming in. Guardian had trade with Tarshiv, but that's pretty much isolated. This is new to probably everybody here because Benevict is effectively the reason that trade does not cross between the east and the west of Mandril. People do not go through pirate territory. And sailing in the north is too costly and timely and dangerous just because of the rougher waves for it to be viable. And so what ends up happening is there are two fractures of trading on Mandril. And what you have just learned, and maybe, I don't even think Malachi would know this, is that ships from Guardian, the last island in the west of the archipelago, are one of the only ones that go through Benevict and kill pirates. They don't care. So, and they're not associated with Khaldun, to be clear, but Khaldun is probably one of the only people on Mandril that has trade relations with people on Guardian. Direct trade relations. Much like Coruscare is the only one that has direct trade relations with Forge, which is the reason that their economy is in generally much better shape and they have access to a lot of metalworking and forged smithed goods, we'll say. All of that has changed. Everything is more expensive and everything is scarcer. The only thing that Mandril hasn't run out of yet is food, but could start happening soon. So yeah, just a little recap as to what's going on.
I was definitely listening, but say that all again. I was zoning out.
No.
I'll watch the recording later.
Yeah.
My mom was messaging me.
Okay. All right. Well. Okay. I think that's one of my side things that I would like to do is try to find a way to talk with the Sultan.
Like a side thing? You don't want to do that now? What do you mean as a side thing?
Oh, I mean, aside from our overall mission right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this would be something to think about and consider after Grodger's rescued, not before as a preemptive measure to Grodger's rescue.
Well, if I can try and get in, I'm trying to collect information and know how viable it is as an option. That's why I've been trying to talk to people and see. Okay, we've seen the city guards, but we haven't seen like his guards, right?
His guards punched you in the face. They were one of the only guards in the bazaar that were his, and they were guarding that potion shop. Everyone else you've seen has been a city guard.
Okay. And how far are we from the palace?
A few miles, like 2 or 3 miles.
Hmm.
Maybe not even that much. Honestly, more like 1 mile. The city is not that big.
Okay.
It's like a 20-minute walk.
Okay. I wanna head over there.
You want to head back to the palace?
Um can I go looking as Vitam?
You want to go as Vitam Charu? You can certainly do that. You just had a conversation with him. Okay. To be clear, you are now wearing assorted green and gold, not exactly robes, but a green shirt, big green pants, again, nice sandals. You have a sandy gray beard, green eyes. I didn't discuss his hair. He is wearing not like a big turban, but a head wrap that covers his hair. So you're not sure technically what's under there. But you can certainly look like him.
Well, I'll do it when I get closer to the place.
Of course.
Yeah.
Are you keeping your same entourage here?
If they would like to come along, absolutely.
Is it a good idea if we do?
We'll need, I think if it goes south, we'll need the backup for sure.
Okay.
I like the fact that everybody's kind of priestly clerically because we could come as traveling prophets.
Yeah, I do look very odd with like full gown and mask and everything.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we have a word for the young sultan. I just need something that might get me through the gates.
Okay. So away we go. This is the crew pulling up to the gate yet again.
It's the most reckless thing I've done in a long time.
This is pretty crazy. This is a big gambit. The boys are out in town doing their boy chores, and well, I mean we're doing chores out here, but this is a big play. This is a very, very serious play.
Boy chores.
I was just about to do the same thing.
All right, I'm just gonna yonk. Welcome to the main gate. As you pull up, walking up the road to the Sultan's palace, there are a lot of Sultan's guards here. A lot of them.
Did any one of them look like the leader?
Well, yes. Just one moment, please.
Okay.
They are patrolling the walls. They're on lockdown. The path up to the Sultan's palace is blocked off at the start of the rampart because the castle rampart is possibly, I mean, maybe not exactly to scale, but potentially 1/8 of a mile long. It's a serious walk, but it's the only way up to the approach. I mean, you could theoretically step off of the road and go in there, but I mean, they're on the road, they're patrolling it. If you try to sidestep it, you would be immediately arrested. There's dozens of Sultan's guardsmen here, with some of their wagons, with some horses, discussing. The way that you identify who is in charge is who has a tassel on his golden helmet. There is a captain who has a tassel on his helmet, and he is at the first roadblock.
So
That's it.
once I see like there's so many guards, I think maybe I'll do something like Cagliari and just change to look like I have a mask.
Okay.
But Actually, not. Don't worry. I think I'm in for a penny, in for a pound.
What is he? I don't know what that means, but okay. Whatever he says. All right. What's the plan? What are we doing?
I want to go up to the captain,
Okay. The captain.
and I'll give like a greeting.
Okay. What's the greeting?
Whatever they do I've observed people doing in the village. Like
Okay.
I don't know if it's like a Bahamut be with you or something. Like that kind of greeting.
He wants to do a local.
I understand what he wants to do. Roll performance. Just figuring out how much he knows to see how well he's actually going to be able to do it.
14.
He's seen enough to not have to do it with this. He said 14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the captain looks at you up and down, and says, You are son of Charu.
Yes, I was told by our men that no, he has a French accent. Yes, I was told by our men that my father had a meeting, and I came to meet him.
If you like, I can escort you inside.
Please, and these are just some of my attendants.
Roll persuasion.
23.
Yeah. All right. Come with me. You here on me. All right, and they begin escorting your entire entourage through the checkpoint.
Whoa.
All right. He says, "You should know that your father is not mixing words with the Sultan. He is he has been meeting for quite some time, and well, you see how high tensions are." He turns and stops walking, and he says, "I would highly advise you try to defuse the situation. Things are very tense, and your father is being very stubborn."
Yes, I agree. I will talk to him. It is part of my plan.
Okay. All right, and he continues walking forward. He gestures for the gate to open. The gate unfolds, and you find yourself walking into the lion's den. You make your way down an outdoor promenade. The interior of the palace is seen by a noble few, and unbeknownst to most, if not all, the inhabitants of Tarshiv. I'm going to mark this 2 hours, 42 minutes, and 42 seconds, because this description is going to be important and will probably be recurring. The courtyard is extensive. There is a large section of area carved out by the palace, but most of it is actually empty. There are 4 towers with golden roofs on each side, but most of the palace is actually the courtyard and the gardens. There seems to be an internal vineyard off to the right, which is quite extensive, although surely not the size of a massive vineyard. It's just a private collection. There is an orchard contained in here of several fruit-bearing trees, and there are decorative gardens strewn about. The palace is split up into 4 main sections. On the leftmost and rightmost sections are the orchards and the vineyards, the gardens that bear fruit. The center promenade, which you are walking down, is the beautifully paved courtyard with a line of tiles made of granite, quartz, and other fine stones, weaving a colorful mosaic as the sun glistens upon them. In the center is a great spring, not quite as large as the public's, but very, very ornate, more so even than that of the Great Spring, just scaled down. And of course, along the edges of this central path leading towards the final palace approach, you have a number of blooming desert flowers, as well as some cacti and other plants. It is stunning. As you approach the palace itself, it is surprisingly humble. The roofs are not ornate. It's flat sandstone, but it is large. Not very tall, not massive, but it has an extremely massive base, extending effectively from one entire side of the wall to the other, many hundreds of feet. And there are seemingly 2 stories and a main large block in the center with a flat roof that appears to be, actually, as you look up, what's your perception? Your passive perception?
Ask somebody else.
Okay, cool. Then I'm not going to worry about it. Does anybody have a passive perception of 15 or higher?
Probably.
Okay.
I got a 14.
I think Sable does.
22.
Okay,
I
cool.
got. Okay,
14.
yeah, he's got it.
Okay. Thaloran is the only one that sees, upon the humble roof where you would normally expect a gold dome, it's clear that this roof actually gets some activity. There are trees growing on the Sultan's palace roof on his 2nd floor, and you notice that it's actually currently being used, potentially by the Sultan herself or by somebody else. There are people up there, and you even hear some chatter coming from the roof, although it's difficult with the flowing water by the fountain. As you pass and enter the main doors, the guard immediately and very quickly shoves you through the palace. You ignore the left and the right halls, which are vast, expansive wings that go down into subrooms with carpets and beautiful tapestries and pillows and meeting rooms and a hookah lounge. Not entirely sure. You're shoved past all of it in the main foyer and very quickly make your way upstairs. You skip through the entire 2nd floor, which is effectively locked off to you through a grand curtain on the other side of the stairs, and you are funneled up onto the roof of the palace. There are a number of guards, and eventually you find yourself in what you could say is an open-air meeting room. Standing before you are a litany of important figures, some whom you have seen and others whom you have not. The 5 of you are here with Vitam Charu leading. The first is you see someone who is very clearly Vitam's father, who's, funny enough, you don't know his first name. So, good luck. He's an old man. He doesn't have a sandy gray beard. He has a very long white beard, a hunched over back, but he wears the similar greens that his son is wearing, and he has a more ornate turban with long gold earrings. He's currently hunched over, eating some grapes in front of a table before him. Sitting across him and having individuals fan him somewhat excessively is a young boy. With a very soft face and 2 servants, best case scenario, by him, fanning him with palm fronds, and of course, a number of Sultan guards. Their outfits are very ornate. There are 4 of them. Between the Sultan and Charu is a great stone table, low to the ground, as Charu Sr. is, whatever his name is sitting on a pillow. The Sultan, though, has a low sandstone throne with ornate purple bronze pillows and all sorts of the like. These are not the only individuals here. Of course, also here is Ruta Rangaji, the Sultan's uncle, and some other members who have white sashes that you actually haven't seen before. You're not sure if those are his private bodyguards or what. Currently meeting is Charu, another dragonborn whom you have not seen, who appears to be gold of some kind, and an individual who Malachi may recognize. I would like you to roll a history check.
It's not gonna be good, I can tell you that. It's a 10.
You recognize the face of the man next to the Sultan, which is extremely unusual. He sits by the throne and seems to be advising him in some manner. The gold dragonborn merely sits with Charu at the table, but the Duke is sort of strutting about around the roof, casually listening to the conversation, contributing. But of course, whatever they're talking about is cut short as you arrive onto the roof and insert yourself into this most precarious of situations. The Sultan turns to look at you with a quizzical look on his face before the old man Charu turns and says, "My son, what are you doing here?"
I'm going to bow and kind of like gesture to the others to bow as well.
Okay.
I'll
Got it.
bow.
And say, Sultan, forgive me. I was just at the temple and I had this sudden urge that I should come here, knowing my father would be here
I
today.
need you to pause. Are you only using disguise self?
I mean, other than the like, I did have like my stuff covering most of my face under the disguise self, but yeah.
You don't have anything to adjust your voice.
No, I've just been like imitating.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I am going to need you to roll performance
Performance? Yeah, boy.
twice.
Oh, if
Not,
only he had the actor feet.
not with disadvantage, but I need you to roll once, give me the number, and then roll twice. Roll a second time.
So,
First one's at 18.
Okay.
Second one's at 24.
Wow. Okay.
thank
Um,
God.
Charu Senior steps up and says, "My Grace, if you would excuse me for a moment, I do not mean to interrupt, but please let me speak to my son. Just briefly. Sultan nods. He just sticks two of his fingers in the air. And then the Duke leans in and begins to talk to him. The Dragonborn simply waits, and Ruti begins talking with his guards. The man hobbles over with his cane closer to you. You're still on the far side of the roof, and he just looks you up and down. And he says, he puts his hand on your shoulder. He's a little shorter than you. He looks about pretty much your height. He looks like your spitting image, actually, just older. But he's hunched over. He's a very old man. He grabs you by the shoulder. He calmly walks you over to the edge of the roof. He says, "Come. Who are you? Is my son okay?"
Yes.
Who are you?
Your son is all right. I am an oracle of Bahamut.
Oh. What does
He's not lying.
Bahamut require from me?
Well,
$500.
All of your money.
$2,100.
well, Bahamut requires a diplomatic means by which we can help all the people of Tashif. And that means you, and I say, Father, must be a part of helping us reach that. I believe if there's a chance, I would like to make a connection with the young Sultan.
That's my son.
I need an opportunity to speak to him, but perhaps not as your son. However, there are quite a lot of people here. I do not know the pull you have if you are able to get a smaller audience.
I need to process all of this. He is leaning his full weight into you. He's going, "This is very confusing. This is very... What is happening? Very okay." You need to roll persuasion.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
Okay. With disadvantage, you say?
Oh, yeah.
20.
20. Okay. He considers. He says, "It's not often that I am visited by someone who claims to be from a god. I will take you seriously. But I am fighting for my business right now. I am fighting for my livelihood.
I
A
agree.
man, shh. A man comes onto the roof of one of the most important meetings of my late life, disguised as my son. I do not understand what is happening. What is happening?
I'm gonna let my Azamar eyes shine through,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, "Be not afraid."
Okay.
Bahamut has
He goes pale.
Notorious.
plans, and you get to be a part of it.
So you said Bahamut what, and you get to be a part of it?
I said, Bahamut has plans, and you get to be a part of it.
Okay. Okay.
Rejoice.
He looks at you pale, and he says, he grabs your hand and he says, I do not worship the dragon. I do not want trouble. I just want my business. What?
Yes,
What do you ask of me?
I ask that for now, you are not too aggressive with the young Sultan. I wish you to be more amenable to what he is saying. I know it is difficult, but I hope to help overall. Not just you.
You need to roll me one last persuasion check.
29.
He goes, I do not know who you are. I do not understand why you are here. But I will do my best. I do not want to meddle with the gods. I do not want to meddle with the gods. If you think what I am doing is unwise, and you are who you say you are, and I think, for whatever reason, I believe you, then I will lay my case to rest slowly. But please, do not hurt my family name. I have worked for years to protect myself and my son.
I nod.
Okay. Okay. And my son is safe. You did not hurt him. He's
No, he is safe. I met him at the temple.
Oh. Then you are an answer to prayer.
I just nod.
Okay. I will try to do as you ask. I will do my best, Mr. Oracle of Bahamut. May the dragon not smite me on this day. I picked the wrong god to worship, or no, I don't know what's going on. All right, he limps back over with his cane. And you don't exactly hear the chatter of what's going on. But as he gets back, he doesn't sit down. He goes over to the Sultan and he begins quietly saying some things. Are you attempting to move in, or are you just staying on the edge of the roof?
I think I'll go a little closer, but not enough to be
like a part of the thing, just
yeah.
Okay. What about the entourage? Are they staying back?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You hear old man Charu, whose first name you don't know, say a few things. You can't. What was your last perception roll? What does he use that? It's not good. I'm just gonna move on. You're not super close to him. I'll just give you bits and pieces. You hear him say a few things. Essentially, that he'll need some time to think. He'll pause. That he understands the situation, and that he'll need to talk to his son more about how to proceed. But that for now, he will drop his threats and consider how to how to work with the boy. And he says he'll consult his something financial, that, and he will come back another day. And then he says something Sultan should focus on, blah blah blah, Khaldun. And then the Sultan looks at him a little quizzically, looks more quizzically over at you.
I try to make eye contact with him.
Okay.
And not like in a threatening way, just like make an eye contact and like smile like gently.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. He looks back at Charu intently. Yeah, he puts his finger up to the side of his temples, and he just starts staring at Charu deeply, almost angrily, bitterly. And then he leans back, he lifts his gaze, and he just nods gently. And then Charu bows, and then he heads out. And he goes, and he comes and picks you up.
Picks him up?
Like he's taking him out of the room if he's not resisting. Then he's putting his arm around his shoulder and he's walking out with his cane.
While I'm still in the range of the Sultan, I'd like to cast a message.
Okay.
And I'd like to say to him, I know what it is like to be young and feel the pressure of your noble calling. You have friends above who wish to help you.
Okay. He looks around confused for a bit and then zeroes in on you. The second that you cast the message, the Duke's eyes light up and he lasers in on you. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Dang, I should have said I did subtly, huh?
I don't even know if that would have helped.
I said wisdom saving throw?
A wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, it's not gonna be great.
Range of me?
Yes.
You cast
You
Giga Mind Blast.
Plus 4 to that.
Yeah, okay. So 12?
Okay.
Hey, better than 8.
No.
You feel your thoughts being probed intensely as your mind is searched up and down.
Think about your childhood.
Do you want to know what's on my mind right now?
What's on your mind right now?
Grandma.
Losing my father.
You need to roll. If you're not rolling deception, your identity will be revealed.
Okay. Okay.
Thought about nigga grandma.
The second that you lock in, when that wisdom save fails, the Duke's eyes just tighten.
Oh!
And he feels like he stares into your soul. He sees what you see, thinks what you think, and then he just smiles.
I got a nat 20.
On deception?
Yes.
Okay.
Campaign's over. Everyone's arrested.
I will say that you are aware that your mind is probed. You fight to keep yourself back because you realize what's happening. This is a man from Lusine. You don't know fully who he is. You know he has some association with Xerxes because based on the description, this is Denali. This is someone that Khaldun has been trying to get information on. This is someone Orion's been trying to get information on, and nothing's been coming up. And he's right here. And he's probing your mind intensely. You do not manage to keep the thoughts of losing your father away, but you just barely manage to mask the thought of who you are and abstract it away out of his view. And as he starts to smile and starts to think, the smile fades, and he tightens his glare on you, and then just looks like, And soon enough, you're descending the staircase out of his view, and you feel the presence of his mind on yours fade as you're taken out of the psychic chokehold that was his glare.
I kind of like breathe.
Why would you message him?
And your father walks you down the staircase and out of the palace.
Right in the middle of the hornet's nest and then kicked it.
Now,
My heart breaks for the little kid.
I don't know if did you roll persuasion for your message to the Sultan? I don't think you did. Because everything else. I would like you to roll one more persuasion for your message to the Sultan.
Yeah. I think I used all my good rolls for the day.
You very well may have.
You said what?
I just said you very well may have. There's only one way to find out.
19.
Okay. Not terrible. Not terrible. All right. The Sultan doesn't respond. But you have a feeling that it didn't mean nothing. It didn't mean nothing. You also have a feeling that you have awoken a slumbering beast. But there's no time to worry about that now, as your fake father escorts you down the very real staircase and out of the very real consequences you may experience for whatever just transpired on that palace rooftop. And as you walk quietly away and you're escorted by a handful of guards, your father remains silent but keeps a hand firmly pressed on you and says, "Should we go home?" He looks
Yes.
up at you. He goes, "Good. We will go home." All right. And you walk outside of the promenade and you make your way back to the Great Spring from where you came. And before too long, are you still following your fake father?
Once we're out of sight of the guards and all of that, I think we'll split ways.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay. Well, how are you going to facilitate that?
Okay, so this has been fun. Lovely meeting you.
I would
Bye-bye.
I would like answers.
Okay, are we in like we need to go somewhere more secure then.
Like home.
But I could use some Charu Red.
We have plenty of that left. Do not know if I have room for all of the guests. But my son I have room for.
Does he have like a horse, like
Does he have a daughter?
carriage, like
No.
So he was just walking?
Yeah.
Oh, the ghetto. Can we all just not walk there?
He's saying he doesn't want the other four in his house.
Oh.
Damn, wrong income bracket.
Well, can they wait outside?
No. I would like to talk to my son.
Oh, well, your son's not. He should be home.
I am speaking metaphorically. I am interested in talking to you.
And he pokes you.
Whatever you want to talk to me about, you can talk to me about in front of them. They're also all people of the cloth.
Very well, but I don't want to attract attention bringing house guests into my home. From my son's fake entourage. I do not know who these people are.
You have ways of contacting us. We'll be nearby, okay? You can go alone.
I'll nod.
All right. He takes you to his house, a few more blocks away.
We'll follow like a block back, and then when he goes in, we'll stay about a block away.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, unless other people want to do different things, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Well, he's not coming back anytime soon.
What?
It's a message from the Sultan that just says new phone. Who this?
I mean, I don't. Okay, all right.
Unless he runs, this man has a lot to talk to you about, and it's probably not going to happen this session because you just opened multiple cans of worms
and then kicked them.
Well, okay. I guess we'll just stay in the city.
Well,
I don't know.
I think if it starts getting long,
You would cut out to get back to your chore list?
Well, I would send.
Okay, you would send to them.
We'll get started on the other stuff.
Yeah. And is he gonna keep me against my will? Is that what he's doing? Or
no, he won't do that. I will tell you that.
Yeah, then I'll hear him out for a while, but I have stuff to do. So
okay.
Yeah. But out of reasonableness for what I just put him through, I will hear him out for a bit.
Okay. What's this group doing? Just waiting?
Well, what other stuff do we have to do? What's on the to-do list?
Well, you do have to rent a room from the brothel. That's the other major thing. Unless you're getting more supplies, that's...
Is that like across town?
I mean, yeah. You're at the Great Spring, you have to go south to Oasis.
Wait, so how much gold should we have taken? Because I would give it...
Well, a lot of our gold currently is in the form of raw gold and is not currency.
Mm-hmm.
But you got like 12,000 coins.
We have 12,000 coins though.
They're just deep gnome minted.
Well, we actually have.
What does that
mean?
It means they may be more or less valuable.
11,887.
Like my money trippy.
Sorry, 11,885. So for this mission, should we have taken?
Okay, so I have $11,000. I'm going back to the weapon and armor store.
No, absolutely not.
No, I don't. That Orion doesn't even need to reimburse you.
I don't. No.
Men when their entire wages are gone.
No, we're not. We're not taking all of this with us anyway.
And Cagliari comes back with a cool sword.
I'm thinking
2 days.
I feel like it's a lot. I feel like that's a lot. Maybe we could have taken 300 with us for the mission.
Yeah, 300 is what I brought last time, and that I spent about half of it. But I was throwing it around the circus, so.
Yeah, so I'll say I'll give you 100.
What is this for?
Oh, just to like rent the room and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I guess we're doing that. I didn't want to get too far from you, but I guess if you message us and be like, it's chill, he's just an old man.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we'll take off, go to the brothel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning on keeping you for like an hour. So, just heads up. There's just a 0% chance I'm trying to do that in session.
Okay.
So,
well, then we go to the brothel.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Brothel.
We'll play God of War sex minigame.
I will say when I'm sending to them, I'll say he's an old man. I'll be all right. Be frugal.
All right. 4 clerics walk into a brothel.
Woo!
The start of
I'm not a cleric.
A bad joke. What? Okay. Three clerics and a paladin, or no, 2 paladins and 2 clerics walk into a brothel, I guess. Because I think you need a paladin. Whatever it is, it's the setup to a really bad joke.
Triangle.
Circle.
And then the women start cheering.
Circle.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Square.
You strutting up into Oasis with your fine selves?
Square. L1R1.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, now I have to actually think about if Sable would go into a brothel.
This is a real question you must ask yourself.
He might melt.
It's for the mission.
Yeah, but does Sable consider the mission to be more important than... Actually, Sable did not take any vow of chastity or any of that bullshit.
It's true. You're just a divination cleric. So, I mean, you know.
Sybil pulls out his contract, checks over it twice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I'll go in. Like, whatever.
I'm not there for pleasure. I'm there for business.
Correct.
We're renting a room. It's not like we're like gonna bang the whole brothel here.
Meanwhile, TMZ reporter comes in after you guys.
Local party of 2 clerics and 2 paladins bang the whole brothel in one day. How'd they do it?
What do you have to say for yourselves?
Hey, you know, my body may be dead, but my sex life is alive.
What the heck is this box? Get the box out of my face, sir.
It's another really bad joke. Okay. You pull up to the brothel, the 4 of you, in your garb, and make your way up to the counter.
Step back.
Yet again, the concierge, shall we say, greets you and says, "Welcome to paradise. Oasis, what can I do for you?"
We'd like to rent a room.
One room, tell me, for all 4 of you? Or would you like guests?
Just the 4 of us for now. We're gonna have a little bit of a meeting, business meeting.
Yes.
I'm gonna elbow Cagliari, and I'm gonna say one guess would be funny for the pack leader.
What does that mean?
I know exactly what that means.
Are you being serious?
Just the 4 of us.
We'll come down.
Yes.
If we want one.
Just business then. Would you like drinks, food, anything else, or just a room?
What do you fellas want?
You're
Some
gonna be
wine,
here
perhaps.
for a while, yeah. So
Charu Red,
Drink and
perhaps?
food?
Of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh god, we're gonna go broke.
Very good. We will have a Charu Red delivered. And what class of room? We have the standard, we have the deluxe, and then we have the ultimate pleasure.
Just standard today, thank you, sir.
Standard,
Yeah.
yes.
We'll go for standard.
All right, very good. very
Company
good.
dollar, you understand?
Yes, of course. A lot of business in here. Funny business and not so funny. Not so funny sometimes.
Yeah, just
All
bought a
right.
car. Put it on the
The
company
standard
card.
room, just 1 bottle of Charu Red. Any
Yes,
specific vintage?
Whichever you like.
I'm not much of a connoisseur.
I must say, the 1620 vintage is quite exquisite. That harvest was... there are very few left. It is quite pricey, but it's very good.
Like I said, company dollar. We'll
We'll
see where the night takes
I'll
us.
just give you
Oh
this.
my God,
I'll just
guys
give
are
you the one
getting
from the
upcharged
last
so
year.
hard.
The last year, 1 bottle last year. That will be all right. That will be. Is it just for the one? Just for today?
Yes.
All right, excellent. The standard room. That will be 10 gold for all of you. Well, actually, that should be. It should be 8 gold. The 10 with Charu Red. It will be 20. So 28 gold.
All right. I'll do it.
All right.
No haggling.
Excellent. Excellent. And here is your key. Your room is on the 4th floor. Just take the stair to the left.
Thank you.
May your ultimate pleasure await you.
All right, fellas, we go in the room.
All right.
Yeah.
Go to the room.
This is the craziest polycule I've ever seen in my life.
Make your way through the whorehouse for your professional business meeting. Going up the 4 flights of stairs.
That's probably something people did back in the day.
No, I mean it 100% is. You know, you're just here for business. You avoid the riffraff, of which there's a bit. once you get past the first and second floor, which is where more of the services, shall we say, are, things actually calm down. The fourth floor is pretty quiet. By the time you get up here, it's mostly empty. You make your way through. Eventually, you find a large wooden door. Your key has a little number on it that marks it. You are on 4-2, which is the second room on the fourth floor. And I guess you open it up. You go ahead, and it's a basic room. The bed is nice. It's all red and dark red with some green throw pillows strewn about. There are 2 king-size beds in here, as well as a series of pillows on the ground, and there is, of course, a big hookah in the center of the floor. But that's about it. Outside of that, you have a nice window. It's not barred. It's open, but, it's a 4-story drop. It's pretty quiet. It's pretty chill. There's a breeze coming in from the east through the window. It's rustling some of the curtains hanging from the silk curtains hanging from the bed frame as the red silk waves in the wind. It's pretty nice for a standard room. And 8 gold is not a bad deal.
Yay!
So you're all set up. You can do whatever you want to do. Materials for the hookah are not provided. It's a bring your own type deal. So
Big hookah.
I'm sure we could get some, get some on the premises.
Probably somewhere.
Gonna get a message from Malachi, and all of them are gonna be gone.
Yep.
They're all just gonna be like,
pretty soon, your bottle of Charu Red is delivered by a staff member who sits it. It appears to be chilled somehow. It's quite impressive, and he sits it down and says, "Enjoy your stay." And he makes his way out. So you are now sitting in an empty room with a bottle of Charu Red.
Yay!
We're drinking cold red wine.
It's a weird custom, but that's what they do. they chill their wine here. I don't know why they do it, but they do it.
Because it's the desert and it's hot. You need a nice cold.
Pretty much. That's it.
Yeah, they're freaks.
They got a weird life out here.
You're in a whorehouse. Of course they're freaks.
All right.
Now they have an entire house dedicated to a revenge god.
All right. How are you all faring out there? Checking in. Anybody there? Hello.
Yeah, we're in the brothel.
Any troubles?
No.
Room number?
What is the room number?
4-2.
69.
4-2.
Well, it's easy enough to remember.
If Malachi's not responding to you, it's because he's talking to an old man.
Okay, most curious, but not out of character. Any other information?
He disguised himself as the son of the old man and interrupted a meeting with the Sultan.
Right. Wasn't he talking this morning or last evening, whenever it was, about not taking unnecessary risks and all of this and that? And I seem to recall something about sticking to our objective and... Right, no, it's fine. All right.
Hey, you know what? It went way better than you might expect.
Oh, no, I find most of the time when Malachi attempts things that should outright fail, he somehow manages to pull victory from the jaws of defeat, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, when I do that, something really bad happens to me.
I find it to be rather hit or miss. But, very well. I haven't heard from Khaldun, but he's making his way all over town. The last time I checked in, he had met up with 4 of his previous associates, and they have begun stirring a crowd towards the vault.
Very nice.
Indeed. All right, well, back to sleuthing.
All right, fellas, Orion just checked in. Seems everything's going okay with Khaldun and the others.
Huh.
How's the wine?
Oh, you guys are drinking the wine already?
I don't know. Are they?
I don't know.
I thought it was for us chilling out, not for later.
I mean, you can do whatever you want with it.
Well, if you drink it now, we can hit 2Cat over the head with the empty bottle. So
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could. I don't consume, so
It's true. She doesn't.
you guys enjoy. I don't know.
You bought the wine you're not even going to consume? God,
I don't.
it's like you're dead or something.
It is. Believe me, if I was still alive, I'd be down on the first or second floor right now.
Uh-oh.
But too many questions. You know?
All right, I'm going to have to call you back real quick. I'm a little busy.
We have to call you back. I'm on the first floor.
Like the ground floor or the first floor?
Yeah, we're British. I'm talking about the first floor, which is the second floor, of course. The floor above the ground floor, the first floor.
All right. Well, as you guys are chilling, there's a knock at the door.
Who is it?
There's no response. Wait, you with that voice?
Sure.
There's no response.
Is it like a peephole or something?
No. There is there's like a little sliding slit. You can slide the slit open.
I'm gonna slide the slit open.
Slide the slit.
It appears to be a common member of the city guard.
Excuse me.
May I please open the door?
I look back.
May as well let him in, man. We're not doing anything wrong.
I open the door.
All right. The city guard steps inside. He's a pretty nondescript guy. He's wearing his tan sash. He's got his gold helmet, no tassel, no epaulettes. He's not a captain. He's just some schlub. He's got a scimitar at his side. He's got a short bow on his back. He's a little bit lighter skinned. He's still darker, brownish, but he's got a 5 o'clock shadow. He looks like kind of just in his early 20s. Not super tough, but he just goes,
Roughly like 39 hit points or something.
what are you all doing here?
Chilling out.
What do you think?
Partaking.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming.
He looks at Cagliari. Does she have her mask on?
Yeah, she's still wearing her mask.
Would you
Or
mind
she would
taking,
have slipped it on when there was a knock on the door.
Would you mind taking that mask off for me?
It's against my religion.
What religion would that be?
Helm?
Roll persuasion with super disadvantage. It's like regular disadvantage, but I added the word super to it. Yeah, the DM's mocking you.
Yeah, how's an 18 do you?
Pretty good. Outside of the fact that I got a 23, and he goes, yeah, that's not true. Helm the Protector God has no such mandate. I would know. Well, let's just say I would know. Lower the mask, please.
It's not a universal policy. I'm a paladin of Helm.
Lower the mask, please.
I cannot do that.
Why is that?
Because it is against my pact with Helm.
You're lying.
Lauren sips
Is there a reason he might need to
Slip
remove
him
the
some
bird?
wine?
I sip on some wine.
Oh, you sip. Okay.
Is there a
that
reason
might have worked.
she might need to remove the mask?
We're in our room.
I think you should remove your mask. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Can I insight check this dude?
You sure can.
Okay,
I got
cool.
a 21.
You got a 21.
Can I just use my passive insight because it's 22?
Yeah, you can absolutely just use that. You're built for that.
It's me.
The check fails. So he tried to cast suggestion on you. It didn't work. This guy is not a member of the city guard. There is a 0% chance. His uniform is not correctly his sash is off, and he hasn't fixed it. If he's in this area, he should be a captain because there's no way that these guys are supposed to be here and having this level of authority. He has no visible rank. His face is nondescript. He's too young. Whatever he isn't because this is a disguise.
Is he in the door or is he inside the room?
He's just in the door. He's not deep into the room, but he's in the room.
Just stepped in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna dominate person.
It doesn't work.
Does it work?
It immediately fails.
Not a person?
Nope. Mm-hmm. I can't say. It just immediately fails. You attempt to cast it to beguile some power over him. The second that you cast it, his eyes dart to you, and he just goes. And he wags his finger at you. He just says, "Nice try. Doesn't work for multiple reasons. Lower your mask."
Funny guy. I'm not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me show you how it's done. He casts Dominate Person. Lower your mask. Make a wisdom saving throw.
17.
Failure. You lower your mask. He begins.
Hey, this guy's better than me.
He begins slowly walking up to you and says, Cagliari.
Fellas, you are not dominated.
Cagliari. That's what I thought. Just had to confirm. All right.
Oh, you know what? I've got a better idea, guys. And then I cast Silence.
It doesn't work.
Anti-magic?
Oh no. The silence has an aura around you. None of you can speak. Yeah. All sound is muted. And the man walks.
Is he not within?
Oh, he's within. He's within the radius, and he walks up to you and says, "Nice try. I won't have my voice taken from me so easily. Your parlor tricks don't work on me, Sable. You should leave the city, or bad things will happen. Tell Malachi I said hello." He disappears from your very eyes in a flash. He snaps his fingers after making a few motions with his hand, says words in a language you don't understand, and vanishes.
Is there any... Did he have anything on him that was, like, noticeable? Like, was he carrying a cane or anything?
He was about as nondescript as you could be, and it looks like he chose that appearance for that exact reason. All you can ascertain is that he is a being of immense power, and whoever he was pretending to be, he did so under utter pretense. Go ahead.
Oh, would we have counted as fighting the creature? Could I have advantage on that dominate person?
You weren't fighting him.
Well, okay.
You weren't in combat.
No.
Oh yeah,
Spells
it doesn't say in
cast.
combat. It says if you are fighting the creature.
Yeah, no. He did cast spells on you though.
Yeah.
It's just not quite.
That's aggressive.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as he's gone, I'm gonna say, "Wow, thanks guys for really stepping up there."
What do you want us to do?
I don't know.
You see that guy?
He's just sipping wine.
He's walked past all of you to get to me. Sable did something, but Sable's sitting next to me. All right, this guy's approaching both of us. He walks past you. Kingy doesn't move.
Well, he's microwave right now, so.
All right, clearly, that guy would have messed us up.
Wait a second. Kingy's a paladin, right?
Uh-huh.
So did Cagliari get +4 from him too?
He's a different paladin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's Arnett.
He's bad. He's so stinky.
I don't actually know what his aura is. Let's find out.
I don't know. I
Plus-
forget. Part of me actually assumes he isn't here and peeled off because he realistically probably just shouldn't be here for this.
R of protection. It's only. Why is it only a? Oh, because his stats are low. I would get a +1 from him. It's the same, but I believe they don't overlap. They don't increase. You just get.
Technically that would have helped, but I actually think it's best to light retcon and just have him go with Khaldun because he's not here.
Okay.
Just in general, because I really didn't feel like piloting him.
So this guy showed up and then vanished with Kingy. My God.
No, King was never there. Rewriting reality. But this guy did just show up, ignore all of your spells, laugh at you, tell you to leave, and then left. So, yeah.
Yeah, Grudger's getting some insane powers in the vaults.
Now, I will say, whatever this conversation was...
Okay, I'm back. I don't know what I missed.
I yelled at them for not helping me.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me, Sable. You're the best.
I will say, whatever this off-screen conversation was, I can tell you how it ends. It ends with a knock at the door, and I think we'll go from there.
We're not falling for that again.
I really thought we were gonna go into the vault this time. I really did.
I just want a dungeon crawl.
Too bad. Hey, you got to sip Charu Red. It's good wine.
I mean, if we rushed straight to the vault, we would have just died. Like, I don't know. What do you want from us? What do you want?
The problem is everything you're doing makes sense, and I support it. So here we are. Here we are.
Like, if we stood up from the table, went right to the vault, you would have been like, "You guys didn't plan it all. What are you guys doing? You're not doing this right. I put together this whole dungeon for you, and you don't plan it all. And now that we're planning, it's like, wow, you guys are taking too long. You guys are taking too long to get to the dungeon crawl."
I didn't say that. John said
I said that.
I said nothing.
I know.
I said I support everything you're doing. It all makes sense. It's just funny. Yeah.
But we had like a party member that was like really skilled at pretending to be other people.
You know what?
Was really good at lying.
Let's do it. Let's cut to Grudger. Now that we're at the end of the session, let's see. Now that we've
played in 3 sessions.
Prayed for
we're gonna tell them what happened for real.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna tell them the real story of what happened.
The real story of Grudger.
That's right. George Washington had a raptor and a laser gun.
Yeah.
And
so true.
And Roger didn't starve to death. We lied.
Roger, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw real quick.
All right, he's about to starve to death in live action. You're about to see it live. Check it out. Watch this live. Wow, it rolls so fast when you get a 5.
You got a 5? Great. All right. You are slowly losing your mind. Your waking hours, you cannot tell when you are up and when you are asleep. You're shoved in a dark hole to go to sleep, and then you're seemingly pulled out. You have no understanding of the passage of time. You haven't seen the light of day in who knows how long. Maybe it's been days. Maybe it hasn't even been 24 hours yet. You feel like it's been at least 2 days, maybe 3. You don't know. You've worked like a lot of shifts, and you have gotten tired. Really tired. But you feel, at the very least, in the midst of all of your suffering, even though your body wants to give out to exhaustion, you feel the slightest comfort, the slightest resolve just push you above that line of collapsing, and you're able to do what you need to do without losing it. But you are on the edge.
Does my kill help him?
You do feel a comforting presence in the midst of the darkness. And as a gloating Wormwood Masters comes to visit and taunt you while discussing with the guards, you notice something extremely strange. Floating above Wormwood Master's head is a sigil. Nobody seems to be aware of it. At first you think it's just emanating from him because he's some weird magic guy. You've investigated him. It seems he has some form of magic powers, whether intuitive or practiced like a wizard or a sorcerer. You can't quite tell. but he clearly has magical abilities. You assume this sigil is merely a part of that at first. It is not easily legible to you at first. But what languages do you speak? Confirm for me. So,
Confirmed?
Character sheet. What languages do you speak?
Do you want confirmed or the light retcon?
Give me both, and then I'll do with it
All
as I
right,
will.
it's confirmed is common, elvish, halfling, and thieves' cant. And the light retcon is halflings now Loxodon, so I can make my cabal.
Okay, yes, yeah, okay, I remember that. That one's not real. You can't read the sigil.
Yet.
You can't read the sigil. But in a moment of clarity, you seem to recognize the script as being celestial. And try hard as you might to understand it, nothing of your own power allows you to read it. But you suddenly feel like you've been given a glimpse into a larger world around you. And clarity hits you, and you see what is marked in celestial above his head. Wormwood Masters is marked for death.
That's dope.
And while he gloats, this sigil follows him everywhere.
Nice neck tattoo.
Some being has decided that his time is close to over. Get back to work, Grodger. Not feeling too tired now, are we?
I can go all day.
I'm sure you can, little one. I'm sure you can. Enjoy the evening. There's a great breeze out.
As soon as he leaves, it's like Popeye deflating muscles after the spinach run out.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all, Grodger. That's what you got.
My only hope is that my compatriots will come and rescue me. I know they're out there, working their way towards me, and definitely not doing anything that would sidetrack them or get themselves in danger.
The Lauren takes a sip of wine. And that's going to be our session. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Next time, for real. Really, though. For real, though. Really, for real. We will raid the ball.
Dude, there's no way.
Okay, bye.